But we're going to start with the countdown because we got a lot to get into. I'm starting off with news. I'm just letting y'all know. So let's get with the countdown.
5.
We're at the 5.
4,
you should know exactly what's going to happen today because I got some great news from fans and just in general. We got to get started.
It's Britney, bitch.
Uh-oh. Y'all hear the music? Here it comes. Here's the drop. Yeah! I'm just letting y'all know today has been a good day because of the news that has dropped. For those who don't know, before I get started, Podcast Nation Main Event TV, aka MeTV, aka MeTV, aka The Fire Juggernaut, aka y'all really want to mess with me today? I'm here for all this. I'm just letting y'all know, Podcast Nation. So as far as I'm concerned, I am here with Mr. Wing Zero. I'm here with Curious Doom. I'm here with Ben Ocean.
What up, people?
And I am here with the Red Comet himself. Understand that the news that we just got not too long ago, which should be breaking news. So you know what that means? Breaking news!
What we got?
Today is Britney's Day for a reason. For those who do not know the breaking news, Britney Spears, her conservatorship has been terminated. That's right. It has been terminated.
Oh, good deal.
Yeah. So that means she is a free woman now. So before we even get started, that's right. Round of applause for Britney Spears. It's been a long time, Britney. I understand. Long time. And let me say this really quickly before, the princess is out of the castle. You got damn right, chat. And I feel like this, y'all have to also understand that we had talked a lot about Britney Spears and her boyfriends over the past in this pod and why they didn't say anything. And then we found out that they had to sign non-disclosure agreements just to date her. That's why they couldn't say as much as they wanted to. But again, I still stand firm on my point that, look, if you love someone like that, you're going to fight for them. And none of them fought for her at the end. None of them did. When it came to, okay, we're going to take her, like, there was no hands thrown, there was no pushback, there was nothing. They were just like, well, what are we going to do? And that's what she was looking for. The entire time. She was looking for someone who was going to be down for her the whole time, and y'all failed. Now we know that she is engaged right now. Once again, I want to say congratulations. Round of applause. She's engaged right now to her current boyfriend, or fiance, I should say. But now she is a free bird. That's right. So she can do what she wants. So, gentlemen.
I remember when they first announced that. I remember that when they first announced something like that. And then didn't she just recently post some pictures to kind of celebrate her freedom?
She did. Absolutely. Butt naked pictures. I'm sorry. Round of applause for Britney Spears and her butt naked pictures. I'm sorry. Yep. All types of naked. Strictly naked.
And her dad's not getting a single dime.
Nope. That's it. So as far as I'm concerned, Britney Spears she's celebrating. She's doing everything she needs to do. Go ahead, Ben. What are you gonna say? Go ahead, old son. What are you gonna say?
I was going to say the next step is to get this dude back her assets and her money that she's owed for all the shit she went through. And him to be in jail.
Yeah.
And him be in jail.
We'll see if that actually happens.
The shit he did.
We'll see. I mean, the chat is saying always a round of applause. You got there right. Round of applause to give a butt naked women. Yeah, round of applause. You gotta do it every time.
Oh boy.
Oh, so we got some haters. Nobody wants to see that anymore. I don't know if you have seen Britney as of late, but Britney is in great shape. So yes, I want to see it. I understand that y'all wanted to see her when she was younger, but she's still in great shape. I don't want to hear that. She's in great shape. So
this brings the question.
Okay.
Does that mean she surpasses the Korean booty sluts?
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, Britney's on a different level. I mean, you have your army. Don't get me wrong.
Look though, Britney was like my first crush back like in high school. Like as far as like really like pop stars go. Like when I was a kid, like I was like, she was like kind of one of the first like real big crushes I had. So, dude, she's kind of on a whole different level than a Korean booty slut. Yeah, she's a different level. That's holy grail territory right there.
Yeah, it really is. It is. I'm not going to deny that. Yeah.
Well, wait a minute. What about fucking Jennifer Lopez? What?
Okay, well, whatever. I mean, that's your thing.
J Lo looks good too. Look, we're not going to forever. You know what? Round of applause for J Lo and Shakira at the Super Bowl show, the halftime show. We're not letting that go either. We still remember that. We love them too. All right. So
that was with Justin Timberlake. Yeah, that was a nice.
No, the Super Bowl halftime show with J Lo and Shakira was great. All right, so I'm not even mad at that. So and she still looks great for her age. So yeah, like I said, you're going to get those applauses. Gentlemen,
I remember the Super Bowl with what's her name and
Justin Timberlake and Janet Jackson. Yeah, which went bad, and then they all blamed Janet, and Justin Timberlake ran off like a little punk.
It was a nice Super Bowl though for a half show.
Yeah, but he ran off like a little punk and let her take all the heat, and then he wanted to come out later. He came out last year and apologized to Britney Spears and Janet Jackson, all the women he did wrong. Nah, we ain't trying to hear that. I ain't trying to hear that. Nope, Justin Timberlake. Seriously, this is what you deserve. No one cares. No one cares. Get all the shots. I don't care. As far as I'm concerned,
you should get the Peter Griffin soundbite that goes, "Oh my God, who the hell?"
Yeah, for real. So, gentlemen, how was y'all weekend? How was it?
Mine was pretty quiet so far. I didn't really do much of anything.
Okay.
Pretty much same here. Nothing really out of the ordinary to report, except for I ordered a video game, pre-ordered a video game. I pre-ordered Cotton Fantasy, which I know I've been talking about Cotton as for my weekly picks for the past couple weekly picks.
Yeah.
They just recently released a new game, so or they're doing pre-orders for Cotton Fantasy at Strictly Limited Games. So it's like a whole new game. So I was like looking forward to it. That's pretty much the highlight of my weekend.
Okay.
Also in 2022, they're going to do a Valis collection.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So if you're into the Valis series, yeah.
All right. Anyone else?
My weekend was great.
Okay.
Fucking
and Forza Horizon.
We'll get to that shit. We'll get to that in a second. We will. We'll get to that in a second.
My weekend was all right though. I had fun yesterday watching AEW Full Gear at my friend Beast's house, and he gave me a surprise gift, which was like it's a Gundam. Gundam cloth looking thing. From Gundam based Tokyo, I believe.
Really?
And it was like it was a surprise because he told me, all the hard work that that I put into that we put into Gundam and stuff like that for competitive and shit. Okay. So it's kind of like like my black belt.
Well, hold on. Well, small. We'll put this. All right. There's friends that give you small gifts, and there's friends that give you big gifts. And I want to say that in that case, that's a big gift because it's the thought that counts. It depends on exactly what's going on. Because some people just buy you gifts just to buy you gifts to say, hey, because it's the holiday season. Some people actually put thought into into your gifts. And it's not even holidays yet.
Yeah.
I don't consider it the holidays yet. So I want to give a round of applause to him for doing that because that's what friends do. Those number W's here, number W's.
I wish my friend Beast well on his recovery because he recently just had surgery.
Oh, well, I didn't know that. Oh, yeah. Well, hopefully he does well. I mean, hopefully he recovers. A quick and speedy recovery. Also, the chat is saying that they bought some games for Robot Wars. A lot of people.
Yep, I bought that also.
Also, some people bought Saints Row 3. Like the chat seems to be in good spirits today, and that's a good thing. That's definitely what I want to hear. You know what I mean? Because that's what this is about. It's about people. Yeah. Let me say real quick before I move on to the rest of you guys' weekend. Last pod, I had to take aim at a certain person, and I want to say that since I took aim at a certain person, this week in general, I had an outpouring of love from the community that were messaging me through Twitter, they were messaging me through Discord, they're messaging me through YouTube, and they're just like, nah, man, you the GOAT. Don't even worry about it. You're doing good. Don't worry about the views. And I said before, views don't mean nothing. It's about people. And they showed me so much love, and I want to give them a thank you for that. Matter of fact, I'm going to give them a round of applause for that as well, because, it goes to show you, no matter what, we're going to get on YouTube too. Don't get me wrong. We're going to get on YouTube today too. But no matter what, it goes to show you that, there are people out there who see what's going on, who see the work, who see the body of work, or respect the amount of years that I put in. And I try to, as much as possible, for those who don't know, I try to shield these guys as much as possible from anything. I understand that these guys here, my co-hosts, can hold their own. But at the end of the day, this is still my show. So any type of critique comes towards me. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm more than happy with destroyed him in 5 minutes. I said, "Shut the fuck up, you cuck."
Well, yeah, I understand that. I get that. But I mean, but still, all roads still lead to me when it comes to the criticism of the show. It's me. So I want to make sure that I still take on that responsibility, as a host. And people don't realize that I'm still a host at the end of the day. I still have my opinions, but I'm still a host. I still have to be fair and let everyone talk and have their opinions. But you know what I mean? It's one of those things. I just want to say thank you to everybody who still support and still do that. You know what I mean? Being this long in the game and still getting that type of support and still getting those type of messages, it does mean a lot. It does. So I want to thank y'all for that. Back to the weekend real quick. Back to the weekend. Anyone else?
That's my turn, isn't it?
Yeah, yep, it is. Yep.
Fucking Christ, there's been a list. There's a list.
There's
one
a
of them
list?
going to
Damn.
Oh yeah, it's like I'm trying to remember what the fuck has happened.
I send the picture, by the way, so y'all can look at it in the chat.
Okay, no problem.
Hang on, listen.
So what's your list?
I went to the bonfire night that happened on November 5th, which I had to travel over a fucking hour just to go to see some fucking fireworks.
It's worth it. It's worth it.
Yeah, it was worth it. Well, it was definitely worth it for the extracurricular activities that happened afterwards, so that was great.
Okay.
Which it lead to a hotel room and spend a night down there and, getting some action.
Getting some action. Oh. Did he just Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Oh yeah.
He just you just can't skip over that. What's he just no, we're not just skipping over that. He really tried to do that, didn't he? He didn't think he was gonna catch on to that? Oh, I'm not going to interrogate you, sir. I'm not going to.
So, question: you say you had this bonfire thing, right?
There was no fucking. Well, there maybe not was any. Well, the short story history of bonfire night is pretty much a dude tried to coup d'etat parliament at the time, which was led by Christians, like evangelical Christians, I think it was at the time.
Like,
so pretty much, yeah.
But here's the thing, and this is my question. You said the magic key words that you went to a bonfire festival. So does that mean that you was out there killing shit? Like in Dark Souls? Did Dark Souls music play?
No. He was killing shit, but not with actual killing, though. He was doing his thing.
He said bonfire festival, so that got me thinking of Dark Souls.
Nah. We want to get you outside more often. Bonfire festival. Bonfire festival. He went for his
outside more often, Cody.
Yeah, he shot his shot, literally. The bonfire festival.
Just wrestling in Dark Souls.
God damn it!
Wait, like Dark Souls?
Oh my god! Well, maybe we should just stop there. I mean, hey, leave on a good note. I mean, it sounds like your weekend was really good. So again, round of applause. Yeah. Not even mad. Can't be mad. Everyone's getting W's. That's what I want to hear. And again, my weekend was okay. I mean, I really could say my weekend was just I could go there. I mean, y'all know on Friday I had to go match up with Real Prince Blue. Shouts to Blue for coming out to Philadelphia and in boxing. We recorded it. And he seemed to have fun, and I think that a lot of people don't realize, and I'm still getting comments on there, people saying, it's great content or whatever, and I appreciate that. I don't think people realize, and Blue realized afterwards just how tough it was to be in that ring for so long, and it feels, like I say, it may be minutes, but it feels like hours when you're in there. You're not, you're constantly moving, and he was like, y'all crazy. I
saw that video, and I thought you knocked his tooth out. I was like, God damn.
No. I didn't look. There was no. You can ask Blue and stuff. There was no malice and there was no intent on my punches whatsoever.
No, but you hit him and something fell out, and I was like, oh shit.
I didn't even know. I know that his thing on his arm came off. I know that, and we had to stop for a minute. But no, he knows that I didn't hit him hard, and he knows that. And I said to him, imagine if I hit you with intent. If I hit you with intent, or if I'm angry at you, imagine if I hit you, you're in trouble. You know what I mean? And he realized it, after a certain point. And he told me at the end, he was like, he had fun. He said he can't wait to do it again. So I want to give him, a round of applause for that because he wants to do it again. He didn't quit the entire time because I gave him the option. In round 3, I asked him, I was like, are you done? You want to stop? And he was like, no, let's go. I was like, all right, just remember to breathe. I guided him through it. It was a fun time. And here's the thing. Some of the people in Eagles Twitter were saying that Blue is a southpaw. And I didn't realize that because I didn't ask him because I had assumed because when I first met him, he shook my hand twice with his right hand. And every time he grabbed his gear, he grabbed it with his right hand. So I automatically assumed he's a righty. He's automatically a righty. So in the comment section, people were saying, oh, he keeps switching to southpaw. He keeps switching to southpaw. And I was like, yeah, I had to try and fix that. And then people were telling me on Twitter, he's a southpaw. And I'm like, well, he never showed me any distinction in his left hand. You know what I mean? For me to tip him off. I should have asked him. That was my fault. I should have asked him. But he did well for what he did. You know what I mean? If anything, I would say southpaw or righty, whoever's teaching him, don't square him up. Don't have him square up like that. Have him fight on an angle. You fight on angles. Don't square him up. That's not the right thing to do. All right? But he knew, I had to tell him not to chase punches. And that's the thing. It seemed like everything he did was, he took direction well. I let him punch me every once in a while so he can get a feel for it because I'm thinking to myself, you got to punch. You got to get comfortable in punching somebody. There's a difference between hitting a bag or hitting mitts and hitting a person. So if you notice in the video, I dropped my guard and let him hit me. I wanted him to hit me so that he can get a feel for it, so that he can get more confident in throwing those punches. I felt as though he did a really good job. Like I said, I didn't ask much of him, just to move around and just to get a feel, how it feels. And he wanted that experience, and he was happy. He was respectful of that experience. So I mean, it went well for me. Yeah, it's possible. The chat is saying he's possibly ambidextrous. It's very possible. It's very possible he is because when he was still throwing his punches the way I had set him up. The way he was throwing his punches were still fine. So it's not like he had any weakness in him or anything. So yeah. So I mean, I felt he did a great job. You know what I mean? But and the Prince said it at the end. At the end of it, and I have to agree with him. A lot of people online, all they do is talk. When you're in the ring, it's a whole different story, an entirely different story. So
I have a question about the fight.
Okay,
y'all had those safety helmets, right? At the
headgear. We had headgear on. Yes, yeah. That's what you use when you spar.
And what about those thins that you put under your pants or some shit like that?
What I had on the cod piece, the body gear.
Yeah, that's what it's called, the body gear.
Yeah, it's a cod piece. It's so I don't get punched in the balls. Yeah,
you don't want to get punched in the balls.
Yeah, that's what it's for. It's the if someone accidentally punches you in the balls, it takes the shock away from you, so you don't have to worry about getting hit in it. That's what it is.
So
yeah,
is that legal in boxing?
Yes, they usually in boxing they have it under their shorts. You just don't see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm saying I thought you meant punching people in the balls.
Yes,
It's definitely not. No, that is not allowed in
That's not
boxing.
legal at all.
Below the belt.
Yeah, it's below the belt. You're not allowed to hit people in them. Yeah.
Because I'm gonna come.
You're not allowed to kick them too. Remember?
No, I'm gonna come visit. I'm gonna come visit your event.
Okay.
So you can show me some boxing stuff, and I want to learn a lot.
Okay, that's not a problem. I don't have a problem with that. No, go ahead, Ben. What you saying?
So are you saying you want to punch him below the belt?
Wow.
No,
That's kind of what it sounds like.
I just wanted to make sure so I won't cheat in boxing.
Oh, okay.
Unless
Why would you want to punch someone in the dick in the first place?
Hey,
because
you'd be amazed. In street fights, people punch people in the dick all the time in street fights. Yeah. Everything's legal in street fights.
When I play Axel Hulk in Fatal Fury Special, I'll be doing the crouching low punch to the knee, so I feel like I'm punching somebody in the balls.
You can't punch anybody below the belt. You can't punch them in the knee. You can't look anything from the belt, below the belt down. You can't punch people in. You're not supposed to. So that's why I say there's a big difference between video game boxing and in real boxing. Yeah, anything the waist down, you're not allowed to hit. Just let you know.
Off limits, buddy.
Yeah,
it's off limits.
Look, as long as Event can teach me how to do a tornado upper and an actual tornado upper comes out, then
that doesn't actually happen. No. I've been telling the FGC for I don't know how long that the games they play aren't real. You can't do these things in real life. I try to tell people you can't throw a Hadouken in real life. It doesn't work. And people and you'd be amazed how these guys get hype over button pushing at times. And I have to correct them and say, look, it's a game.
Did you see that one? Speaking of that, have you ever seen that one video on YouTube? This one guy got in a fight. And he actually tried to do a Hadouken in real life.
No, I did not see it, and I would be ashamed if he actually tried that. That's embarrassing. It's embarrassing,
dude. It was like this really geeky looking kid, and it was like one of those like they were recording like a school fight or something, and he for real he was in the middle of like just kind of flurry kicking and punching, and then he just goes right into it, and he actually says Hadouken, and nothing comes out.
Jesus.
And dude, it was like the most awkward fucking thing ever.
just
no, but all jokes aside, when it comes to boxing, though, I really do want to learn more from Event, though, when I come visit him.
That's fine, as long as it's the gym is available, you can come in. I don't have a problem with it whatsoever. And I say that to also other people who left comments and saying, I wish I could learn from you. My invite goes out to you as well. Anytime you're in Philadelphia and you want to learn, as long as I have the time, I don't have no problem teaching you.
The principal shows those fucking shoes one more fucking time. I swear
the fancy shoes. I can't do nothing about that, bro. I can't do. I'm sorry, but I can't.
All I heard was angry Welsh noises.
Angry Welsh noises.
Son of a bitch.
And I see in the chat that fucking madman over here keep reminding people about want to commit mass genocide.
Well, he's trying to learn one step at a time, baby steps.
Wait, someone in the chat really said grab the dick and twist it?
Yeah, some people do that. Some people listen. Some people
give them a hand job during a fight.
Listen, some people will grab your balls and twist them. They will do whatever they need to win a fight. In a street fight, that does happen.
Oh my god,
it does.
To win, huh?
Oh my god. See, this is the reason why I'm very glad that I'm a lover, not a fighter, because I don't want to get my dick twisted off, dude. I don't want someone to jerk me off while I'm trying to like fisticuffs. No.
You want to fight about it?
That's fucking terrible. Yeah, I don't want to fight about it. Oh yeah. Miss me with that gay shit.
No. See, you gotta be careful with that fighting style. It's called molesto.
Molesto? Is that what it's called? Molesto?
People were like, remember in the law of the streets, anything for the W, right? So people were trying to
it is for the style. Well, if that's the case, then you go start having guys try to stick with their thumbs up other guys' asses. We're not trying to have that. Stop. No.
What is that? No. They do that in Japanese anime, don't they?
I don't know.
They do that in anime where they stick their fingers up. They stick fingers up their butts.
No, I'm not trying to find out. So,
Mr. Wing Zero, there's something in your fantasy land anime video game stuff that you can actually do in real life. Go stick fingers up someone's butt.
Speaking of violation, okay, since we're going this far, we can move on to our topic. For those who don't know, if sports, the Phoenix Suns trap athletes with promises of strippers and young women. That's right, the Phoenix Suns. So it says,
they really had to go out of their way to specify young women.
They did. So here's the thing. It says, when the Suns were recruiting free agent LaMarcus Aldridge in the summer of 2015, the team knew that Aldridge had young children in Texas and that playing near them was appealing. During the recruitment, Sarver remarked to two basketball operations staffers that the Suns needed to have local strippers impregnated by NBA players so those players would have children in the Phoenix area and feel obligated to be closer to them, giving the Suns potential edge in free agency, the now former staffer said. That's right.
That's
what the fuck?
Yeah.
That is fucking blackmail as fuck, dude. You can't do that shit.
This is why it is hard to be a professional athlete these days, because you have these organizations trying to trap you and promising you these things, and trying to set you up so that you stay for the long haul, so it generates dollars for your business. They don't care about these athletes' lives. So when I see these athletes say, you know what, I want to leave, I want to join a super team, I want to win a ring, I want to do this, more power to them. Because when you have organizations doing things like this, no.
You'd have to be a loner for the rest of your life because you can't trust any.
You should know as a professional athlete. As soon as those games are over, those women are crawling all over you. They're looking for you.
Oh yeah.
See, here's the thing though. It's like hold on. You have these organizations doing this. Who's not to say even worse shit is going on in other teams within the NBA?
I'm not.
Or who's not? Or and Hollywood and the music
Yeah.
industry as a whole.
Yeah,
This is disgusting.
It's dirty. It's a
Yeah.
very dirty business, and I'm I don't understand how people get through this. Like a basketball player, of course, he makes millions, but those companies are making billions. You know what I mean? And they got
Impregnating a stripper. Do you really want that as a baby mama, though? Come on.
Well, it happens to some of these guys. You know, you gotta think some of these women hunt ball players so that they don't have to do it anymore. You know what I mean? So I
can also say it's the same applies to soccer because I've seen while having to what's his name, Wayne Ronald, Wayne Rooney, mostly with strippers back in the day.
Okay,
Mickey Rooney.
Yeah, Wayne Rooney.
Rooney.
When he played for Man
Oh, I think
U
I said
or Everton when he played. That's how it is. I mean, it's a very dirty business, it seems. But we have more news with dirty business, and I won't say this one's dirty. I think this one's just a little. You need to just toughen up a little bit, Buttercup. The final score was unacceptable. A Southern California high school principal apologized this week for the lack of sportsmanship and integrity following a lopsided 106-0 football game. Now,
God.
Now, as far as I'm concerned,
God.
I don't think you need to apologize for this. I think you need to play better. I think you need to
You
get
said it was
good.
unsportsmanship, right?
And sportsmanlike, yes. They said it was it wasn't very
It was unsportsmanlike to keep scoring against them.
running up the score, yeah. It was unsportsmanlike.
God,
I don't think it's unsportsmanlike, but at some point it's just like
I don't.
You got to kind of like halt the game, and be like, all right, game's over.
You either stop the game or you get better. It's one of two. There's no crying in sports. There's no crying. No, I mean, no, I'm not trying to hear that.
Yeah.
You got to play better, and it's a high school game, so it's not like this game is it's all for the marbles here. It's a high school game, and we know if you look at any college football game or sometimes high school games, the schedules can be stat padded for certain teams. We know that.
See, true, and high school games maybe don't mean a whole lot elsewhere, but at least in my neck of the woods, high school games are usually like a pretty big thing.
They're pretty big
in Texas.
Yeah.
They're big in Texas, so but other places maybe not as much. But
especially for
I understand. Yeah, especially for small towns. But it's just crazy. Like I'm kind of conflicted on this. I'm divided on this subject just simply due to the fact that I agree with you that the fact that yes, they do need to maybe get better, but also at the same time, god damn, those other kids on those other team, they're looking at a goose egg while the other one's just beating them into the ground. It's like, oh shit.
Yeah. Well, the chat is saying maybe they're playing Madden on easy. That's what it looks like. I mean,
they're playing Madden on easy,
right?
There was no need for them to apologize for that.
Yeah, I don't think they should have.
It is what it is, you know.
Yeah. You learn from it, you move on. That's what you do. You tell your team it won't happen again, and you play harder. Like seriously, if I was the coach, if they'd have lost by that much, they wouldn't have left the field after the game. After the game was over, they'd have had practice right then.
Yeah, you'd be lectured and improve.
You'd have been lectured and you'd have had practice right then and there. Y'all wouldn't have left. That's how it felt.
You know, I can only imagine what would happen for the team that lost that bad. I bet anything they probably just cut their whole football program.
Losing like that, what do you do? I mean, you could say, funding, depending if it would hurt funding because it's also high school. So maybe they need more public funding. I don't know. Or maybe, and we've seen this in the past where players get recruited before high school. They do it here in Philadelphia. So they get them in the Pop Warner leagues, and then what they do is they try to recruit them to go to a certain high school so that they have a better chance at playing. So just letting you know that. So it depends. But we can move on. We can move on to some more dirty news. I wouldn't even say that one's dirty news. It's more like, just toughen up. But this one is some dirty news. I'm just letting you know that now. Former Las Vegas Raiders player Henry Ruggs was traveling 156 miles an hour before crashing that killed a woman and her dog at 4 a.m. in the morning. 4 a.m. in the morning. I mean, seriously, you're doing 156 miles an hour in your sports car. And here we go with the athletes again. Here we go. You know what I mean? And God knows how they're being hunted, but let's be honest here. This is something that needs to be taken care of. Now, as we know, Henry Ruggs has posted bail already. We've seen, him being... Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Did you see that he blamed it on what did he blame it on? He blamed it on them not stopping him sooner or something rather than him being drunk.
No, you can't do that.
No.
You can't do that. The team.
There was something he was basically shifting the blame away from himself, and I wish I remember what the article that I read where it said that. I wish I would have saved it, but it was late at night.
Teams have been known now to offer free Ubers to their players. All right, just in case things like this happen. And the fact that he did not take it tells me a lot.
Yeah.
So, as far as I'm concerned, it's absolutely ridiculous that happened, and he should go to jail for a very long time. The Las Vegas Raiders, I want to say Los Angeles Raiders because it used to be the Los Angeles Raiders. It used to be the Oakland Raiders too. But the Las Vegas Raiders have cut Henry Ruggs from their team, and they did the right thing. They did the absolutely right thing.
Yeah.
You got to distance yourself from that.
Yes.
It's not a good look. It's not a good look for the NFL. It's not a good look for the team. It's not.
It's not at all.
No, it's real bad.
But
as much distance you can put between him and them, good. Because just like you said, it says a lot about him. The fact that if he's refusing a free Uber, what are you thinking, bro?
Who is typing?
You're playing Heroes in the background.
Yeah, I can hear that.
No.
Yeah,
same here.
No.
Who's fucking doing that shit?
I don't know, but I can hear it. So, anyways, in more news, a pet monkey of a football coach attacks kids trick-or-treating. All right? A pet monkey. I don't understand why you have a pet monkey to begin with. All right?
Don't question the logic, okay?
Don't question the logic? Okay.
Yeah, all right.
I won't question the logic. I was just wondering why. Why? I don't know. But the kids are coming treat. I can only imagine the pet monkey dressed as a pirate with a hook on his hand attacking the kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's like an island.
This was in Austin, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Texas,
Yeah, I believe it was here in Austin somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Austin, fucking Texas. I'm not surprised.
Yeah. Oh! You mean California, Texas?
Wait a minute. He said
I'm not defending Austin at all. I'm not going to defend Austin at all.
Austin. You know what? I say this every time when people ask, "Oh, what's your hometown? Where were you born?" I was born in Austin, but you know what? I want to lie. I'm just gonna tell people, oh, San Antonio.
San Antonio.
Look at this, dude.
So you gonna pull Charles Barkley?
Yeah, it was a coach from the UT football team, the assistant coach.
Well, Charles Barkley, I don't know if y'all know, but he constantly gets on San Antonio. He always talks about the thick women out there. And women have been so upset at Charles Barkley over the years for him keep mentioning that the women are thick out there. And they got to the point where they rallied against Charles Barkley on TNT because of those statements. And Charles Barkley's like, it's just a joke. I mean, it's true, but it's a joke. And the women are so upset at Charles Barkley right now.
Well,
Charles Barkley just shut up and jam, bro.
No, Charles don't know how to do that. Charles don't just shut up and jam. He can't do that. Nah.
He can't do that.
Nah, he got to run his mouth. That's what he do best.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Y'all should know by now not to take. Yeah, don't take Charles Barkley seriously.
Barkley.
Y'all should know better not to take him seriously. But
I'll say this though: women are thick in San Antonio.
There you go. I'm not saying anything
Let's
else.
just say this: I've had my fair share of, one night stands, and by that I'm not disclosing a certain number, but there are some thick women out there in San Antonio.
All right. Well, it is what it is, right? I mean, so look, the chat is saying they're from Sheboygan. That's what they're saying.
Sheboygan? Oh yeah.
So let's move on to some serious news.
I'll say that.
Okay. Well, let's move on to some serious news. For those who don't know, Minnesota Vikings running back Dalvin Cook is victim of domestic abuse and extortion. Now, what happened was he said that.
Speaking of Sheboygan, Minnesota.
I don't know. I mean, look, the woman says that he was abusive, and his claims were that she was mentally abusive, she was physically aggressive, and all she does is try to extort him for money all the time. So now this case is in litigation. So the question is, men, I have to ask you, at what point do we say this is domestic abuse? At what point? And why aren't we treated the same way as women are when it comes to domestic abuse situations?
Because we're told to suck it up, buttercup. And
we're expected to be better than that.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
I've been in a number of relationships where it has been nothing but mental and physical abuse, and all you can do, all they ever tell you is to suck it up. If you don't suck it up, then you're not a man, and I don't believe that at all. Yeah.
Go
ahead. No, go ahead.
I was about to say, Doom can even attest to this stuff. He's seen me in my fair share of pretty abusive female relationships. And these kind of females out there do exist. They can do horrible things. They can basically say, oh, like, you got to be a man, take it. Me, I'm an old-fashioned gentleman. I don't hit a woman. So some women will take advantage of the fact that you're not going to hit them, and they'll do whatever they want.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I've seen relationships like on the street where people arguing, and the woman will say, "Go ahead, hit me. You're not a man. Hit me. You're not going to be a man. You're not going to hit me." And then if the guy hits her, then she says, "I can't believe you hit me." Like, like you gotta be kidding me here. Like, why would you keep testing men like this? Or I've seen women haul off and hit men, and the men, of course, won't do anything, and they know that they won't do anything, so they'll keep hitting them physically. I don't understand it. At some point, men need the same respect as women when it comes to domestic violence.
It's just a two-way street.
It has to be a two-way street. Or
then again, like we don't even know in certain court cases that women could egg on the guy to the point where the incident happens and we don't see it. Like there was an incident, what was it, like a few years ago, of a guy got falsely arrested for apparently sexually abusing this chick, which it was the opposite. She was known to lie like 3 times, and they only got the guy out of prison because they checked his fucking mobile phone with the records of her consenting to the actual sexual activity.
Well, here's the thing. When it comes to that, though, and they said the chat is talking that there's double standards, and I think they are.
Yeah.
I have to ask the
there definitely
question
is,
because women are quick to use the whole toxic masculinity against you. So here's the thing.
Oh God.
So if a man doesn't do anything toxic, you can just beat up on him. But if he decides to defend himself, you know what I mean, and that's part of so-called being toxic masculinity, then he's considered the bad guy. Now,
but the chat said we should do it in a gentleman way and put her in a sleeper hold.
A sleeper hold? Damn, y'all with the sleeper hold.
They'll go against you.
Even if you try to restrain her in general, try to control her arms from hitting you, then that's
they can turn it right around on you.
That's looked at as you being too aggressive, even though you're just defending yourself. So at some
point, put her in an armbar, right? And there
right. Make her tap.
That's still part of it.
That's what somebody said in the chat. We should do it in a gentleman way and put her in a sleeper hold.
Yeah, it's
like you really can't win.
You can't. So
yeah.
That sounds like the best logical reason, but you're right. We can't fucking win. I mean, bitches think they can get away with shit.
You can't win, and at some point it's got to be. And that's the thing I've noticed a lot online, especially online when they start talking about toxic masculinity, and they don't realize that their feminism turns them toxic as well. Misandry, it turns them toxic.
Yeah.
And there's no middle ground.
Yeah, but when you call them out on it, you know what happens.
That's what I'm saying.
Echo chambers. And
that's what I'm saying.
Then they send all their people to dogpile you. Yeah, fun stuff.
Yeah, like who wants to deal with that, right? It's absolutely ridiculous that we see that it's a one-way street in this case. But I'm hoping that Dalvin Cook, actually wins his case because they have the actual messages from her as well saying these things. So like Adam Schefter, who reported this on ESPN, is on top of this case so far. So we'll see what happens in the future. But I mean, it's just a bad spot in general. Yeah, it just is. But speaking of
the only thing I was going to say that you can only really do is to really make sure you keep all the recordings of what happened in your relationship and keep everything stored.
Yeah, but here's the thing: if you're constantly recording and screen capping and everything,
it'd just be like relevant texts beforehand before the action happens. So if you're getting abused, only store the things that leaded to that incident to where you had to defend yourself.
I'm telling you now, if I screen capped or talked to or recorded every woman that said something bad to me,
you'd be the victim.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like they like, oh no, nah, he ain't no man. You know what I mean? Like this is what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's trying to hunt for it and everything. He's looking for a problem. That's what you say.
such a fucking
I
fucked up
want to say
situation.
this. I give
Yeah.
Dennis Reynolds props. Even though it's just a show, but he brought up a good point. In Sunny in Philadelphia, he always has women signing documents in case some bullshit happens.
Women are not gonna sign a
Like,
piece of
look,
paper.
take this personally, but this is just covering my ass.
Yeah.
Or the best thing
Well-
in his room, you're always being recorded.
Well, the chat is saying, guys run to their boys to go vent to them. Let me tell you something. Guys don't really know how to communicate with each other all the time. They don't talk about these things like that. Damn, my girl is doing this and this. You'd be amazed how many times you'd be amazed how many times I've talked to friends that I had, and they'd be like, "Yo, suck that shit up," and I'd be like, "Yo, for real, that's your advice. Just suck it up."
Yeah, well,
you know what I mean?
It's also a problem with us men. Like, we don't actually talk about our fucking problems. So we
really don't. Yeah.
Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? Okay, fuck off.
Yeah, we really
That's
don't.
pretty much it.
So when these type of things happen, guys, just suck it up. You'll get used to it, or all you gotta do is tune her out or whatever. No, like, you shouldn't be doing that. You should be calling her on her shit, just like she calls you on your shit. You should call her on her shit, but she should be able to take it. And the thing is, we're seeing that women are just not. They're not being able to handle it. I don't know. Like, they talk about equality, but when it comes to actual equality, we're not seeing it.
It's not. It's never going to be about equality. It's like, even. Well, I don't want to get into the whole fucking feminine shit because that's just.
Well, we don't have to get into that. We can move on.
It's just. It's more. Yeah, go on.
All right.
Yeah, it's just fucking double standards, and it's all about making more bullshit for people to suffer.
I will say this, ladies, understand that we love you, but y'all do some fucked up shit. And when y'all do some fucked up shit, y'all should really apologize for it. And I mean, in the biggest of ways. And I don't want to hear, "Oh, I didn't know what I did." You know damn well what you did. You know damn
they should
well
apologize, but knowing they won't.
They won't. They leave a trail behind them. And you gotta think, if they done it to you, you're not the first one they've done it to. And that's the problem.
They want that girl power, or whatever the fuck they.
I get so tired of hearing that. I get so tired of hearing that. Girl boss, girl power. Look, you can be empowered. You can be an independent woman. You can be a boss if you want. But when you start degrading,
attacking,
or kicking down, or as they would say, punching down other men to lift yourself up, there's a problem. That's not fair.
Yeah.
So let's move on. Let's move on. All right. I'm here today. I'm here for it all.
Yeah.
Let's move on. John Moxley. For those who don't know, AEW's John Moxley enters rehab for alcoholism. That's right.
Good for him.
Yep. Good for him. You know what? Yep. You know what? Let me give him a round of applause for that. Because it takes a lot of courage to do that. It takes a lot of courage to reach out for help. It does.
Yeah.
So congratulations to John Moxley for going to get clean. I appreciate it. It's the right move. I mean, we missed you at Full Gear. I understand that. But you had to go take care of something. You have a wife and now a child. You got to get yourself together. I understand that completely.
Yeah, that
How long has he been battling it?
A lot.
Well, we don't know how long he's been. All we know is that, the person who owns AEW, the president of AEW, came out and made the announcement himself.
Yeah, that was a week ago, last Wednesday.
Look, see, the chat is saying what we're talking about. It's not power that we're talking about. It's bullying, and you're absolutely right.
Bullying. Yep.
It is. It's
That's
bullying.
Exactly what it is.
It is. It's bullying. I don't want to backtrack to what we just talked about, but no, you're absolutely right. It's bullying to the highest caliber. It is.
Also, like, the biggest pussy in fucking pro wrestling, Ken Dunn. Fucking Christ, man! Did you read like an episode of his book that John Moxley apparently had?
No, I have not read his book yet.
Oh, there's no book.
So yeah, he has a book, but it's like there was a brief insert that Ken Dunn, fucking John Moxley went up to him, said sorry for something, and then later on, Kevin Dunn was saying shit behind his back, saying, "Oh, the apology wasn't that bad."
I read about I read about what happened with Kevin Dunn because Mox he spoke about it on was it a number of news outlets. I'm sorry, quoted him of what he spoke about on Kevin Dunn, and I think it was already fairly known that Kevin Dunn is a piece of trash anyway. The way he treats wrestlers, he doesn't see wrestlers as people; he sees them pieces of meat. So I'm not surprised.
I'm just hoping one day someone just snaps and beats the shit out of him.
It'll eventually happen. It'll happen.
Dunn, he's from WWE.
Yes, he's Vince's right hand man. Yes.
Oh boy.
He goes, oh boy.
Yeah.
He makes
Oh,
the
yeah,
certain
yeah.
person who acts tough on the internet even fucking greater.
But I mean,
That's
he
how bad.
does. But I mean,
Like
yeah,
I said,
Go ahead.
nah, fucking WWE, man. They might as well just stop doing WWE at this point since
Dude.
they're releasing all their main roster.
I
The-
saw the roster
Alvin.
releases. I watched NXT
Yeah.
for the last 2 weeks, and I literally, when watching it, I just facepalmed the entire time. I'm like, what is this?
I
What
hadn't
is it?
watched WWE for like a month, and I'm just like, fucking get the fuck out.
Yeah, literally, I'm just like, this show has
Yeah.
no identity. They've killed whatever it was. It just makes no sense. I mean, there's some talent there, don't get me wrong, but you don't have an identity in your show, and it made no sense what was going on. So I was like, dude,
Yeah.
like, you're wasting my time watching this right now. That's what you're doing. So it was really weird. But I mean, given the fact that
There is a double standard though. WWE fired Nia Jax over
yes, her
like that, and
she was having some
mental health issues.
Yeah, she was having mental health issues. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. WWE won't say they care about mental health, but then they have more time.
Exactly.
It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Here's the thing. They put out a thing saying that, if you need mental health, reach out to us. We'll take care of you. And then when Nia Jax, when she reaches out, and then they say, all right, it's time for you to come back, and she says, just give me a little bit more time to get my mental health together, they fire her. Now, I've seen online.
That's some shit.
Yeah, ain't that some shit? But I've seen online a lot of people saying she deserved to be fired because she was hurting wrestlers. She's not taking care of herself. She wouldn't go get a COVID shot to make sure that everyone around her was okay. Like, I've seen a number of reasons why people say that she deserves to be fired. But what she was fired for was not that.
Yeah, like I'd be 100% fine if it was because she was in wrestlers. That's a valid point. But the second one, I disagree because the whole fucking point, you're allowed to have a fucking opinion. You're allowed to make your own choice. You can't force it on people.
Well, and that's the thing. I really don't want to touch on that much because you're absolutely right.
Yeah,
it is your choice.
Yeah, we don't need to.
It is your choice. But for what she was fired for was not those reasons.
Yeah.
It was because she wasn't ready to come back.
What was she fired for?
Because she wasn't ready to come back because of her mental health issues.
Yeah, that was the main reason.
That's so stupid.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
After they promote the fact that, hey, we're here for you with mental health. So it goes to show you that WWE
if a person's not ready to come back, for mental health reasons, then leave them be.
Yeah, so they wrote her off as budget cuts. That's what they did.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
WWE's gonna get sold anyway.
Yeah, I'm telling you, right now they're in a bad spot, and right now they're not looking like they care about their workers.
Well,
no, absolutely they don't.
Yeah,
WWE's gonna get sold.
You want to hear something?
What?
The company, gaming company 2K is really getting pissed off at WWE because of
the releases. Yeah, but 2K has nothing to. You know what? They shouldn't say anything anyway because they make garbage ass fucking games when it comes to WWE. I can't tell you every fucking annual game that comes out. There's so many bad bugs. The game is hailed for its bad bugs as opposed for its good wrestling. What is that?
Patch it later. We'll patch it later.
Seriously, like it's ridiculous.
That's why I'm waiting for the AEW game. And my friend told me, my friend Beast told me there was another game that's gonna be great as well.
All right.
That's coming out.
Well, we'll see what happens. But I mean, on to more news. For those who don't know, $45,000 were raised in the Tag Me In initiative for the National Alliance on Mental Illness, and this is from wrestling.
Respect.
That's right, respect. So, round of applause for them for raising that much money.
Yeah, man. Good deal.
Yeah.
It goes to show you that there's someone out there who actually gives a shit about what's going on. Now, I will say this. On the flip side of not giving a shit what's going on, let me talk about this real quick for those who don't know. Up, down, down. All right? Content creators reportedly stopped posting in solidarity with Xavier Woods. First off, fuck them. Fuck them.
Yeah.
I don't care. Fuck up, down, down. I say this because fuck Xavier Woods and his little merry bunch of little misfits. I say this due to the fact that for those who do not remember what happened in the FGC when Xavier Woods and Kenny Omega and all these fucking clowns came in, I'm not judging them on their gameplay. They came in and the FGC rolled out the red carpet for them. We're talking about people like
they sure did.
Yep, Lupe Fiasco when he tried to sell his garbage ass merchandise about being a thug.
Guy.
Yeah, being a thug. Oh, this is thuggery. Why don't you buy this FGC? And people bought it and they dove into it. Then Xavier Woods came in and Kenny Omega came in and they started doing their little antics when they were playing Street Fighter V. Let me tell y'all something. When the FGC had its problem, and still to this day has their problems when it comes to pedophiles and not protecting children, these motherfuckers are not around to say anything at all.
Strangely enough.
It is absolutely ridiculous that they can just come in and do this. And while there's other people at the forefront trying to wrangle this in and trying to say, hey, look, there's problems, we get shitted on for it. Like, you gotta be kidding me.
Yep.
It's absolutely so yeah, I don't feel bad that WWE wants a chunk of Xavier Woods' up, down, down. I don't give a shit. Fuck them.
It's not even that. WWE owns the fucking YouTube channel since 2015. He has no fucking say. He doesn't own the product. So he can suck my fucking dick.
Fuck him.
You don't know it. It's brief research. Like, it shows. From 2015, he gave the rights to it. You're the fucking idiot that gave it away so fucking easily.
I don't care about
him.
He
had to. He had to.
Still, I don't care about him. I don't care about his staff. I don't care about the fact that he's hosting something on G4. None of it. I don't care. You had a chance to do something. Yeah, he had a chance, and that's getting ready to start up soon too. But he had a chance to do something and step up and say, morally step up and say, look, if you really care about the community, this is the great way to show it, and he didn't. Same thing with Kenny Omega. He didn't. They want to sell them little cheesy ass Street Fighter, AEW shirts. I don't give a shit because they ain't doing anything for the community at all. I'll gun at all of them. I don't care. I've done this more than enough to know what's going on. And I don't forget the shit that they've done. And it's absolutely ridiculous that for some reason we should still let them in. They'll kick me out of the FGC real fucking quick for telling you the truth. But they'll let these frauds come in and dance and parade and all this other bullshit just for some entertainment.
Yeah. Well,
that's why, because they're celebrities.
I don't have time for celebrity treatment. I don't care about celebrities at all. I don't care if they can play. No, go ahead.
I was going to say, like, it's like the same in the Zero situation. People are fucking going and looking into him, like being a fucking pedophile, looking at young kids. Oh, we're going to have a fucking response to his allegations. No one gives a fuck. You're a fucking pedophile. Go fucking jail. Fucking
That's what I'm saying. And there's still, even we just saw this week, the Smash community.
Yep.
Yeah. The pedophiles trying to come back.
Yeah.
They're trying to come back.
That's all. That's the entirety of the Smash community, man.
It's that dude Zero. He's gonna try to explain his side of the story.
Yeah, I don't want.
No one wants to hear your side of the story, dude.
Exactly. No one wants to hear that shit. Yeah. No one wants to hear that old bullshit. Get the fuck out. Stay the fuck out. That's how I feel. There is no, like I said, you try to get a 14-year-old to masturbate with ice cubes. A 14-year-old. Get the fuck out and stay the fuck out.
Oh boy.
I don't understand. I just don't understand the logic behind the FGC. And you would think that, the FGC, they want Marvel vs. Capcom 2 back. Let's go get Max. Fuck Max as well. I'll say it on this bitch. Fuck Max. Because you're too busy worried about getting a certain game up and going so that y'all can get, have some fun instead of actually taking care of issues and protecting children in your scene. What kind of adult is that? And he got kids. He should know better.
He's got a kid now, yeah.
Yeah, he should know better. You step up and you say what needs to be said because it's the right thing to fucking do. But when I say that, oh God, no, here comes the Venom again. He's the bad guy. Fuck them. It's about credibility at this point and consistency, and we don't see it at all. I don't see it from Kenny Omega. I don't see it from Xavier Woods or Austin Creed, whatever the fuck you want to call his ass. All right. I don't see it from any of the wrestlers who's trying to bank off of this. Hell, CM Punk was wearing a Street Fighter versus AEW shirt not too long ago. When's he known to be in the fighting game community? It's part of the promotion. It's part of the promotion. I get it. He's got to sell merchandise. It's business. But don't act like you part of us, bro. Like, don't do that.
Maybe you should just jump on that NFT train and just sell some.
Oh, we're gonna talk NFTs as well. We're gonna talk that shit today too.
Yeah,
but let's move on. Let's move on. For those who don't know, we go into comics, and that's one thing that CM Punk has been doing. He's going into comics, and he's been writing comics, and he's getting ready to go back into it. But speaking of comics and movies, Patty Jenkins, Rogue Squadron film has been delayed due to schedule conflicts. So for those who saw that old teaser trailer with Patty Jenkins getting in Star Wars and she's putting the helmet on, you won't have to worry about that. You won't have to worry about that at all. Because like I said, because of schedule conflicts, this is now suspended pretty much indefinitely. until she's
Well,
ready.
shit happens though, unfortunately.
Well, from the way I understand it, that she was going to actually write the story for Rogue Squadron is that her father was a fighter pilot.
Well, hey, that's fine too. I mean,
and she was gonna base it around that.
Oh well,
that's fine.
I mean, even so, but I mean, it's not going to be done anytime soon. People are still upset with her when it comes to Wonder Woman 1984. They have every right to be upset about 1984 because it wasn't that good.
Yeah.
So we will see what happens in the future. But this is the same Patty Jenkins also that said, "Sorry, boys, we came and we took your comic books and posted pictures and stuff." I'm thinking to myself, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Well, her and Gail Simone, wasn't it? Her and Gail Simone, I believe. So yeah,
my response would be to that stupid bitch. Why you didn't take my manga? Suck my dick.
Yeah, it's not that serious.
All right.
No, seriously, Star Wars and comic books and everything is for everybody, and we will get into that in a minute. But first, we're going to talk about Disney Plus and their Disney Plus Day. All right. Now, for those who do not know, Disney Plus delays Miss Marvel to fall 2002, which is weird because that was earlier this week. Then on Friday, we saw that
Did you say
Disney.
2002?
Yeah, 2002. But then we saw Disney Plus. Yeah, but then we saw on Friday, Disney said that no, it's coming out summer of 2022. Now, I don't think that people understand what's going on here because you have Miss Marvel coming out, you have Captain Marvel 2, which is called The Marvels coming out because Monica Rambeau will also be in that. You also have Secret Invasion coming soon, which they announced. So it goes to show you that this is going to tie in the Secret. I think it's going to tie in the Secret Invasion, which is going to be a TV show and not an actual event on the big screen, which is weird.
I don't know. It could do because even with Shang-Chi, like the spoilers that is leaning towards that kind of answer as well.
Well, yeah. Well, listen, Disney Plus announced so many things. We saw the trailer for Moon Knight, so we know that's coming. We saw the teaser trailer for She-Hulk. We know that's coming. We
that
saw
looks
that.
fucking awesome.
Yeah, we saw the trailer for Hawkeye. We know Hawkeye comes out this month, so we know that's coming. We already talked about it last pod about it being 6 episodes long. We know that Echo is coming, so we know that that's going to be a big thing.
That right there is an actual brand new story.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's going to be very interesting to see what Disney pulls out with that. We saw that X-Men 97. Now I need to talk about this for a minute.
I want to ask about that 97. Right. That sounds like the old school.
It is. They're bringing back the old school X-Men. Now this is what I have seen online, and this is bullshit if you ask me. So I'm going to call somebody out on this motherfucker, all right? Because it needs to be fucking called out, whether they fucking like it or not. Yellow Flash guy. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you fucking something, all right? Because he went to make a video, X-Men 97 is going to be written by the woke mob. Do you realize that X-Men 97 in those comics in the 90s were all woke? Do you realize that? Do you realize that? Still, do you realize that back then, X-Men, God forbid you find out that X-Men was about race at the time. God forbid you find out about that shit, all right? But you have to understand, you're not going to grandstand and use that type of title, that clickbait bullshit to get your audience all fucking riled up. That's not going to work. I don't give a shit who it's written by. This is not Eternals, where you have to worry about woke bullshit, and we'll talk about Eternals in a minute, okay?
We'll talk about Eternals.
We will talk about Eternals. But X-Men 97 was always about being woke. It always was. The comics. I still have the comics from the 90s, and it was nothing but woke. So for you to try and signal to your fucking flunkies about how, you got to be careful of this, it's not going to sell, it's not going to do well, fuck your narrative. Fuck it. All right? I don't care. And I usually don't go after him like this because I see the stuff that he posts and I'm just like, whatever. But when I saw that shit, that was enough. And I wasn't the only people that went after him. Yeah, I wasn't the only people that went after him. People went after him on Twitter. Other pods went after him about it on Twitter and was like, tell us, you didn't read comics without telling us you didn't read comics. And it's right.
Yeah.
Don't give me this old bullshit.
This is also the same bitch who cried about fucking Yakuza 3 and 4 and 5 remastered, saying, they cancel things, but they fuck it in Japanese for you stupid cunt. And it's also, when I called him out, I got fucking timed out.
You got timed out. X-Men, even the chat is saying X-Men is about politics. It's always been about fucking politics. Yep. It has.
There's no right and wrong. Like, again, the mutants being a threat to society and they want to get rid of them. And you got Magneto wants the fucking worst version.
If I remember, Well, one of the things, if I remember correctly, remember the original Fox X-Men movies?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was a whole analog for being gay.
They weren't even
Well,
good.
like,
Because remember,
Yeah.
no, because remember that was the whole thing. If you're a mutant, it was almost like the whole narrative behind it was like being gay, kind of. So it was like, because
you
remember
were-
they're saying was like, well,
yeah.
can't you just, does it go away? And remember they were talking about like, and then their
that's true,
catchphrase was
yeah.
mutant and proud and shit like that. You
Well,
remember that?
But still, y'all have
Also,
to
wasn't
remember,
it the
this is
third movie?
something.
Gone.
Look, the X-Men spoke to every minority that wasn't. How
Yeah.
can I put this? Wasn't represented at the time. That's why when all these people are talking about representation, I'm like, where the fuck were you? Where were you then?
The X-Men.
Were you too
Oh,
young
even
for the
fucking,
X-Men? If so, just say that. But they never say that. They never know. They want to
Even-
stand on their hill and die on it. And I'm thinking to myself, no, this is the hill that you should be standing on, is with the X-Men. It has always been this way.
There's also a Spider-Man as well. Like he did a lot of shit for different communities as well. With different
Yeah,
characters that
Spider-Man. We'll
came
talk
in.
about Spider-Man in a minute and representation as well. We will talk about that in a minute. All right.
Oh, that fucking cunt.
But
Yeah.
Disney has loaded all the guns. We know that Obi-Wan is coming out. We saw the remaster part with Obi-Wan and Vader fighting. I mean,
I'm looking forward to that.
Disney is
Get a
loading,
rematch with that one.
Disney is loading the guns up, and they're saying, "Look, you're going to like this, whether you hate us or not. We're bringing exactly what you want to it." And I'm actually happy. You know what? I don't give a fuck what people
I'll
say.
say this real quick. I'm going to say this real quick.
Go ahead.
DC Comics, where are you at?
Where you at, DC? Round of applause for
Where you at,
X-Men
DC?
97 coming back.
Who's
Round
the
of
fucking
applause. And if they got a problem with what I'm saying on here, you know I'm not hard to find. You know that. Don't give me that old bullshit. But that shit has to stop. It does. There is no reason for all that. But in more news, we know that, like I said, we know that Miss Marvel has been pushed back a little bit, but it's summer. We don't know exactly what's going on, but I would go with the official date that Disney put out and saying summer of 2022, as opposed to what CNET put out, which was delayed fall to 2022. So we also know that we've been keeping up with y'all when it comes to other Marvel properties, that Doctor Strange has been delayed, Black Panther has been delayed. We know they've only been delayed for a couple months. Indiana Jones is the only one that's been delayed for a full year, but now, as we know, Rogue Squadron has been delayed indefinitely. So,
okay, there's some new news that I did post about in the Discord about Doctor Strange, and this is kind of odd, and this is a lot of different outlets saying the same thing. Yeah, they're doing an additional 6 weeks of shooting.
Yes, I saw that. Yes, an additional 6 weeks for reshoots.
That's like almost an entire film.
Well, here's the thing. It usually takes about 6 months to do an entire film, 3 to 6 months.
Yeah.
But also, that's another reason why Miss Marvel was delayed. A lot of people feel because they didn't get her powers right. They're trying to say that the stretching ability is not what they're going to use. They're going to use her ability as if it's Green Lantern. So yeah.
Oh God, no.
Yep.
No.
So
I think Miss Marvel is Okay, I'm so confused about Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel, and then because at one point she was called Captain Marvel was called Miss Marvel.
Yeah, at one point, yes,
was
she was. Yeah, she was Warburg. Exactly. You're going back to the comics. They've changed it in the MCU,
Yeah.
I think in the comics they've changed it as well. So Captain Marvel is now Carol Danvers, as opposed to Kamala Khan being Miss Marvel, who is a fangirl of Captain Marvel. So that's how it's going to play out.
And Kamala, whatever her name is.
Khan. Yeah,
Kamala Khan.
Okay, so this character, I don't know, like I'm not a big fan of this character, maybe just because I don't know enough about her, but I just think her design looks goofy with her big old dumb hands and shit like that. Like
the thing is, it's really well done in the comics. It's done really well in the comics, and he actually did a really good job. I will say, we'll talk about this later. In Avengers the game, they did a good job with Kamala Khan on how she plays. They did that. But the comics, to an extent, I don't think they're going to do it. But it's hilarious to see how they use Kamala's stretching ability in the comics. You know what I mean? Like, if she wants to get rid of you, she'll grab you with her big hand, then turn into a slingshot and fire you up out of the city. Like, you know what I mean? Little dumb shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's a comic books. You know what I mean? And I think, if anything, even though they do take a political stance at times for Kamala Khan in her comics, to be honest, when I read it, I feel it's more geared towards kids. So it doesn't lose its childishness when it comes to being a superhero. You know what I mean? Because she is a child still. You know
she's a nerd.
Yeah, she's a high school kid too.
Yeah, she's a high school kid. She's a kid. So it doesn't leave the kid realm of how she can fight. It's really funny. So I think that the writers, do a really good job using Kamala Khan the way she does, but I don't know how it's going to transfer over to the Disney Plus show. So we'll have to wait and see what's going on. But fans are very upset the fact that they're not using her stretching ability because they don't want to get mixed up with Reed Richards in the Fantastic Four. So we will see what happens.
His stretching ability is very stretchy.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens. But like I said, we were going to talk about Spider-Man and representation. For those who do not know, Andrew Garfield, Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield, he comments about Spider-Man, comments about there being still important, that he wants to have a bisexual Spider-Man. That's right.
How about go fuck yourself?
Oh, here we go with the
look, I'm going to stand with Stan Lee on this, late Stan Lee on this one. God rest his soul. Spider-Man is not bi. Spider-Man is not gay. Spider-Man is straight. Bottom line. Enough said. That's how I feel.
Yeah, I have to agree.
If that's what the creator says, then that's it. Unless you're going to come up with your own,
that's it.
Variation.
Make your own gay superhero. That's fine.
Well, it's because Andrew Garfield himself is bi, I believe.
Well, right? He'll have to. Yeah, so he'll have to. Who cares at this point? If he wants to self-represent,
make your own bisexual superhero that can seduce both men and women. I don't know. Whatever you want to do.
There you go. That's how I feel.
Well, the only thing Andrew's big claim to fame is that he was in Twilight and his girlfriend cheated on her with the director, so he can go fuck himself.
Well, the chat is saying because the chat is saying
Spider-Man, that's fucking trash.
Well, the chat is saying because there was a bi Superman, then they need to buy Spider-Man. Let's talk about that right now. We're going to get into that right now. Thank you, chat, for bobbing with us on this one because you were right on the money. For those who do not know, and that's why it runs the way it runs, people. Okay, DC Comics artists are receiving death threats from biphobic nerds. Now, before we get any further into this. Yeah, I know.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We're going to sit here and we're going to call bullshit on it. You want to know why it's bullshit? Because they already announced that it's bullshit. For those who do not know, TMZ fabricates Superman's gay death threats in the LAPD article. It says that the writer of the gay Superman comic book lives in Australia and the artist lives in Costa Rica, which means that it's obviously outside the LAPD's jurisdiction. Bleeding Cool also states that they checked with the people at DC Comics involved with the production of the gay Superman comic book, and that none of them seem to be aware of death threats and the LAPD's response. So it goes to show you, again, you have people who want to spin an agenda, and we already just talked about it with one side, with Yellow Flash Guy. Now you're seeing it with another fucking side, trying to start this agenda against people who have done nothing wrong. These are people who are just enjoying comic books and just trying to meet in the middle and having fun. And here you go trying to drive a wedge in between them. And the big part about this is none of them have apologized for this. None of them.
Of course they won't.
I don't understand it. Why would you lie? What do you gain by lying? Starting drama for no reason. Yeah. I mean, starting drama for no reason. That's what it is. I don't understand.
And also, and the point with all this shit is that I fucking call it because I've seen shit like this before, and I think we all seen it. That if you make a fucking fake accusation, then that goes through further, and you find out it's all bullshit, and it leads to court. This is where people need to start taking legal action against these people and fire them because you can't have this shit to be acceptable in any form of fucking work life. If I decided to say to a friend, "Hey, you touched me inappropriately, you piece of shit," and I did all that shit, I should go to jail for what I did because that's fucking illegal.
And here's the thing: it seems like there's no backlash towards anybody who lies these days. I remember back in the day, if you lied about something or you were wrong about something, people stopped watching you.
Here's the thing. Here's the problem though. The problem is that we perpetuated this whole being a victim it pays off. And that's exactly now everyone's like they want to cash in. They want to cash in, they want to be a victim, they want to feel like they're, they want their 5 minutes or 15 minutes of fame, whether it be through being victimized or just making shocking headlines like turning Superman gay or something. They just want to get their message out there. They don't care by any means necessary. And their message is apparently worthless.
Well, I'm glad you said that because that brings us into our next
being the
headline.
professional victim started with video games.
Yeah, let's not forget that. Yep, let's not forget it.
Somebody said in the chat, thanks, Anita.
Hi, Zoe Quinn. How you doing?
Thanks, Anita. Yep. Thanks, Anita. Thank you, Anita, for making a professional victim. Exactly.
Damn bitch.
Fucking slut.
But I'm happy he brought up. No,
Speculation,
I'm happy that Red Comet brought up the fact about professional victims because for those who don't know, Marvel and High Guardian Spice writer Kate Leth refuses to apologize for saying on her social media, "Kill all men." She blames critics for not understanding that she was Tumblr pilled, or should we say brainwashed. Look, I'm not trying to hear that. You still look.
Is she?
I'm calling bullshit all over that.
Look, I don't care. I don't care if it's Tumblr pill, brainwashed, whatever. You still have to own up to what happened. I'm not trying to hear you refuse. You're not a victim.
You're not on trial.
Yeah.
You're not on trial, and you can't plead insanity in something like this.
You can't. Like I said, this is
like
one of those
we saw the tweets, man. We saw the tweets.
Like you have to clearly, have to own up to what you did, regardless if you felt you were a victim or not. You have to own up to what you said. That's simple. Yep. It came out of your mouth. You took a minute. You typed that shit down. You looked at it first. Then you hit send. You did that. You did.
Yep.
See, these are the same fucking people who do gay conversion therapy. These are the fucking same pieces of shit, and I'm going to call them out for what they are. You're doing the exact same shit to innocent people who were gay at the time, were getting treated like shit by Christians for fucking a long time until, of course, it's been inappropriate. So if you're going to want to fucking play this stupid game, go fuck yourself, because you're just being the exact same piece of shit who accepted that shit at the time. Go fuck yourself.
Like people
you're not
say,
a victim.
No, go ahead. Yeah, no, go ahead.
But there are people with sexual abuse. There are people in the Middle East who are getting stoned for being fucking gay. People dying on the streets.
That's right.
Like fucking people in military who are homeless are dying on the streets. You have no fucking moral fiber in your fucking being to do the right thing to help someone. So go fuck yourselves. Get the fuck off the internet. Go to a psychiatric ward and go fuck yourselves. And if you're still doing this death threat shit, I've
said this before. I've said this before because people have, like the chat is saying, you can't physically survive on this planet if you want all men to die. Let's get something very, very straight here. When they say all men, and I said this on video before too. I said, you want all men dead. So do you want your dad dead? You want your brothers dead? You want your cousins dead? You want your uncles dead?
Like your son?
Yeah, you want your son?
I don't know if you have a kid, your son?
Yeah, I mean, like seriously, like this goes more than just outside of your little circle. It has to go deeper than that.
And I'll tell you right now that stupid cartoon, High Guardian Spice, that shit's already dead on arrival.
Well, we already know. People are already upset the fact that Crunchyroll took the money from people paying for their subscription service and rolled it into High Guardian Spice. We know that. People are upset.
That's one of the reasons why I stopped Crunchyroll. I stopped paying for it.
I don't blame you.
I found that shit out.
Oh, the Hoshi?
Yeah, because I mean, the whole point of Crunchyroll was when you subscribe to it, that money would go over to the Japanese studios to fund them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
With that
you're gonna go ahead and and skim a few bucks off the top so you can try to push your own little agenda shit.
Yeah.
Well, which is Sony is a Japanese studio, I guess, so they're just taking their cut.
Yeah.
Shit, not anymore. Remember, they're moving here.
Speaking of studios,
I know, but I'm just saying. But Sony's parent company is headquartered in Japan.
As somebody in the chat just said, High Guardian Spice is a tumbleing's dream.
Yeah, well, that's what it is. I'm not surprised. Tumblrina's dream.
I have no idea what the hell, what Spice, whatever the fuck this is.
It's going to be irrelevant.
Never heard of it.
It's irrelevant.
I never heard of it.
It's already out on Crunchyroll.
Talking about it on the pod.
It's already on Crunchyroll. It's 12 episodes.
Yeah, and no one seems to like it. Nobody seems to like it. So
I didn't watch it.
Fucking dollar store. It looks like a dollar store. Fucking Steven Universe.
That's what I thought.
don't even like Steven Universe.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Steven Universe looks like dollar store. What was that Newgrounds cartoon, dude?
There you go. So it's even worse.
I mean, is that how? Is that okay?
Worse.
Hold on, real quick though. Let me just say that. Has anyone noticed like cartoons on Cartoon Network has gotten the animations got real lazy? Like all the animation literally looks like a Newgrounds cartoon or Flash animation now.
That's the new thing. and I don't understand why.
All right. Yeah,
but
I don't know.
Speaking of studios, for those who don't know, Green Lantern, that's right, has reportedly it will be much darker. It will have a much darker take on the characters than originally intended. The tone of the show might be aching to HBO's Watchmen. Now, I don't understand why you would need such a dark take on Green Lantern. I mean, I understand you want to produce fear, you want to do that. I understand that, you need, Blackest Night. I get it. I understand that. But to have a dark take, sort of like HBO's Watchmen, I think that's a horrible comparison.
I think it's just to come back to Marvel Knights. That's where Sony's leaning towards the darker, grittier kind of style, and it's
and I'm fine with that. But to compare it to HBO's Watchmen, I don't know.
Yeah, that's a stretch. Yeah, that one's a stretch.
Is it gonna have Ryan Reynolds in it? I'll only watch it if Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds will not be in it. He will not be in it. But let's move on. For those who don't know, the owner of Alvin and the Chipmunks is looking to sell them for $300 million. Now, I mean, Dave must be on hard times. Okay. Dave Seville,
he's looking to sell them.
He's looking to sell their ass.
Let me ask you this: does that count as an NFT?
It should at this point. It should.
Do they count as an NFT?
And it ain't gonna go well either.
So can you buy Alvin? Like, because the only fucking reason is
do you have to buy all of them, or is it like a lot, or can you buy them individually?
Alvin and just leave the rest. Simon Theodore leaves them too. All right.
Alvin will be the rarity. The other two is the only ones you're gonna get.
Jeez, I mean, we'd have to talk about the Chipettes.
It's like the whole.
I forgot. He's got the Chipettes in his back pocket, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah. So but in sad news, we do have some sad news for you anime fans. Very sad news.
Oh, yeah.
Yu Yu Hakusho. That's right. A live-action version is coming to Netflix in December of 2023. Why?
No one is safe.
Why? Why?
I mean, if I gotta suffer, you're all suffering.
Yu Yu Hakusho was like one of the greats. It was one of the great classic animes that a lot of this new generation, they keep on, talking about. What is that? Demon Soul, not Demon Scroll. Demon what? What the fuck is that game? The game with the chick. I mean, no, the anime with the chick with the scroll in her mouth.
Oh, Demon
Slayer. Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer. There you go.
Demon Soul.
Yeah, people think that's the shit right now. People think like, oh, all these new fucking what is that? What the Titans. Attack on Titan. Like, all this shit, and they're all like, oh my god, these are all such good. No, fuck. Yu Yu Hakusho, that was one of the greats, dude. And the fact that they're gonna kind of do, and I know for a fact Netflix is gonna do a big disservice to it. That's what's really, really like. It just kind of it hurts, dude.
Well, it's like that meme. It's like that meme with the Reaper that goes in from each door, and it has like the name of the anime.
Right?
Yeah, that shit.
I mean, look, the chat is saying that they're going to sell the Chipettes on Pornhub. They're still minors. You can't do that. You can't do that. They're still minors. No. We do not sexualize the Chipettes.
Not only there's so many things wrong with it. It's not only are they minors, they're furries too. So it's
right.
It's not going to work out.
Please don't. You'll be completely fine with that.
But yeah.
We're fine with dragons.
Yeah, I know. Smash community going to be all over that.
Well, we have more news. For those who don't know, and more sad news from Netflix. The concept art for Netflix's live-action Gundam movie has been released. And man, I mean, it don't look fair. It's a still image of concept art. Just because it's concept art doesn't mean this is how it's going to turn out. All right,
I say we should reserve judgment until we see more about it.
But it's Netflix.
My hopes have like gone below the surface of the earth.
The Cowboy Bebop.
Look, we saw
that. If it's Netflix doing it, I guess they're gonna straight up turn, Xeon into straight up Nazis. And
I would think they would. Yeah. I would think they would. Actually.
And then the whole thing isn't going to be over. It's not going to be over like resource politics. It's going to be over gender politics instead of fighting over resources. They're going to be like, the Zeons are actually all trans and that they all need to fight for trans and gay independence.
They're going to be called.
Bigotry.
We've talked about representation.
Well, that's going to be traded out with them being called new types. So it'll be like, oh, you're a new type.
Yeah. So
they're going to be called bigots.
Like I said, we've talked about representation in this type of stuff. We just got finished talking about it actually, and I wouldn't be surprised if Netflix puts their little spin on it. I'm not surprised. I mean,
I hope they don't.
I hope they don't because it's gonna make me fucking go into a fucking genocide rampage.
We'll see. And
because
why is your first
what
move,
made Gundam good?
Why is your first move always genocide? Why is your first move genocide?
Yeah,
I don't understand.
You know, that's the eradication of one entire of a species, right?
Yeah, like you understand that you're looking to wipe out everybody for look. I understand you like Gundam. I get it.
Yes.
But you still.
They don't need. I don't want them fucking Zeon over with this Netflix bullshit. All right.
No, they're not. These days, you have to understand. If you haven't looked at the landscape of things, when anime came out in the 90s or before that, you have to understand they took risks. They broke barriers. They were shock and awe what they put out there. They didn't care because they said this is the story and this is how we're going to do it. This generation is different. Everyone has to be coddled. Everyone has to be represented. Everyone has
to be a winner.
Everyone has to be a winner.
Everyone gets a participation trophy.
They have to make
everyone
everything.
Has to hold hands and sing kumbaya.
You have to understand that everything has to be hard, black and white. There can be no gray areas these days, which Gundam has a lot of gray areas in its politics. I mean, you've got to be kidding me that you think that Netflix is going to do something well with this. No, I don't think they are. I don't think they have the episodes to do it for. I don't expect much from Netflix when it comes to Gundam because it's too much to flesh out. It's just too much.
And where's the line with this? Because also there's so many freaking different genres, even in the loop within the loop, and there's also so many fucking movies that intertwine with the series, to where you are confused to what's going on. So Netflix is gonna have a huge problem, and also their history. Every fucking movie, every single TV series they attempted has sucked because no one give a fuck. It's awful.
Here's the thing: when it comes to Gundam live action. The only live action Gundam I'll watch is Xavier. That's it.
Well, look.
The
chat is saying taking risks helps you grow as a person. Yes, you learn from it. There's consequences to taking risks.
Yeah.
I don't think that these companies want to do that these days. They we just saw not too long ago with Cowboy Bebop. They really people get on them for taking risks, but they actually did a 1-for-1 at one point when it comes to the fight between Spike and Vicious, and people still weren't happy. So you're not going to be able to please everybody. You're not going to. All right. So you have to take risks. You have to, if you're going to do a 1-for-1, then in those areas that are somewhat of a red, a red flag for some people, which would be the gray area, that's the risk you need to take, especially with Gundam. You want to take risks on the politics part. Anyone can get in the Gundam at this point and say, oh, giant robots, they're fighting each other. That's what it's going to be look like. We're trying to get away from that. That's what we're trying to get away from, because that's not what just Gundam is all about. Oh, they're just robots slashing and shooting each other. Yes, you come for the action, but the story is so political and it's so heartbreaking at times that you need to bank on that. And I think that people
especially when it came to Gundam Unicorn, the Laplace box.
Well, I'm just saying that this is just something that's going to get worse. And for those who don't know, we have even worse news for Gundam, for you Gundam fans. Gundam cafes will begin closing in 2022. That's right.
Yeah.
So I would suggest. It's a shame. I suggest if you haven't been to a Gundam cafe or close to one or seen pictures of one at least, pay extra respects for it because it's going away and it's pretty sad to see, given the fact that Gundam Breaker has been such a how can I put this? It's been such a great addition to Gundam that you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And now we're seeing that the cafes are going away, which is sad.
Yeah.
It's just
they've been around.
Right? One
cafe no, it's all of them.
All of them?
All of them.
They've been around since 2015.
Yeah, all of them.
Damn,
I never got a chance to go to go see it. So.
Yeah,
and I might be going to Japan next year too. Fuck.
So, well, maybe you can catch it before it happens then. You know what I mean? Hopefully you can. You can say you did it. You know what I mean? So, but on to more news. For those who don't know, Morbius. Yes. The official trailer has come out for Morbius. Gentlemen, we've seen the trailer. What do y'all think about it so far?
Looks awesome.
Very interesting.
Same.
I want to see where Blade comes in.
Well, we'll get in that in a minute. We'll get in that in a minute. All right.
Yeah.
But Morbius. It looks like it's going to do well. It looks like it's going to be part of the Marvel Knights series. I mean, they name dropped Venom already. For those who did not see Venom 2, it has been out for a while. Venom 2 was hilarious. It was good. It was okay. But the comedy carries itself with the banter between Eddie and the symbiote. And then at the end, we know that we get I should say spoiler, I guess, because Venom 2's been out for a while now. It's been out since October. Yeah. So I'll say spoiler real quick. For those who don't know, Venom gets caught into the new Marvel universe and ends up seeing Spider-Man on TV.
Wait, so it's part of the MCU?
Yes, so now he's part of the MCU.
Now part of the MCU.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
The multiverse. Whatever's going to happen in No Way Home.
I would think he would be a surprise. Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to be the ending. He's going to be the ending because they're going to lead towards Spider-Man and Venom and the next Spider-Man movie that Sony's going to own.
Yeah.
Ooh, maybe we'll get actual Maximum Carnage.
Well,
that's what I was saying.
You unless they're going to find a new host. I mean, after what happened to Carnage in Venom 2, I don't know.
Well, here's the thing.
Oh, no, they will.
Multiverse. If it's a multiverse, then we got a different Cletus Cassidy.
That means we're going to have to bank on Doctor Strange a lot. This is why I keep saying the Multiverse of Madness is going to be a pivotal movie for the Marvel Universe. It's going to be.
Also, going to
and by the way, let me just say about the Carnage, the Venom 2 movie. They actually did a really good job on Carnage's
design
visuals. I say the way he looks.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
They didn't cheap out on it. They did a good job.
The only issue I had was he didn't use his trademark little hand.
Well, yeah, but
he didn't use his little hand that he turns into an axe. He never used that.
He changed his one hand to this real big blade, but that was it. Like in the church, but that was it.
Yeah, it should have been it should have been the axe.
I'm not going to complain too much. I think they represented Carnage pretty well. I think they did a good job.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah. I was actually pretty thrilled to see Carnage on screen. I was like, man, this is cool.
Now, speaking of representation, all right, the bad part, Eternals.
Oh boy,
Eternals.
The internal.
Let me get this out here first. Eternals movie scores the lowest rated film in the MCU, and it should.
Rightfully so.
And it should.
Time for a ride, folks.
Mm-hmm. It was such a bad movie. I'm not going to spoil too much for you guys because I'm sure that some of you have not seen it yet, you guys and girls. But the movie is so bad, and it serves no purpose. And I noticed that throughout the movie, a lot of them
disjointed.
It's not just disjointed, but a lot of them have a lot of animosity towards each other. Like during the fight scenes, they was like, "I've been waiting to do this for a long time," and I'm like, they never even showed that there was any animosity between each other. To have that build up, to have that line even said, it made no sense to me. So it was like they were just throwing away lines just to throw away lines. It felt like a really bad knockoff of Justice League. That's what it felt like, because all the powers that were involved, of course, Justice League, but it didn't make any sense really. The movie it's not that it didn't make any sense. The movie just didn't need to happen. I'm still not, like I said, it didn't win me over to say, hey, okay, you guys are here now. Why didn't you help Thanos? And yes, they address Thanos and they address all this stuff. But here's also the thing.
They just gloss over it.
They gloss over, but it still doesn't justify the fact that they're now here. No one cares now that you're here. Nobody cares. The best part about this movie was seeing Sprite get knocked the shit out of. That was it. Because Sprite was so hard up for Icarus' dick, it made no sense. No matter what Icarus did,
that was
no matter what Icarus did, good or bad, Sprite was like, "I'm going."
Was a little disturbing.
Yeah, the bar scene is disturbing, knowing that Sprite is young, and even though Sprite is thousands and thousands of years old, you can probably argue discussion that this is the argument that people who like lolly anime really have they go through. Sprite is thousands of years old, but still looks like a girl, and a little girl, a child. And they do address this in the movie. However, it doesn't help the situation any, because even though Sprite is thousands of years old, Sprite still acts like a fucking child, no matter what.
You know what that reminds me of? You remember Interview with the Vampire? Kirsten Dunst's character.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's kind of the vibes I got from it when she was stuck as a kid and wanted to, be able to grow up and be married and have like, normal kind of romantic relationship.
Listen, I'm not going.
But you couldn't do that in public.
Listen, I don't want to go too far into because the chat is already asking, is this spoiler free or should I flee? Everything that we're telling you right now is nothing that's out of ordinary. It's not any big momentum changing things. It's not. All right. I'm not going to talk about the fights. I'm not going to talk about the motives. I'm not going to tell you why they're there. I'm not going to tell you exactly what they are. I'm not going to do any of that. I'm not, because like I said, I know you still want to hear what's going on. But this movie was pretty much all about nothing. They really could have. They spent $200 million on this film, and they really didn't need to.
They could have used that money to do something else.
They could have.
So
I don't know where they put the money because it wasn't in like the CG, because the CG was kind of hit or miss. It was very, very inconsistent.
Yeah.
PS3 graphics.
Well, the CG didn't bother me, but it just felt like it was off. The movie felt like it had no place in the Marvel universe in general.
So what you're saying is, since it was about nothing, so that means this is Seinfeld the movie?
Seinfeld, you know what? It's good that you brought that up, because Seinfeld, which was all about nothing, actually made it entertaining. Seinfeld was entertaining. This is not entertaining. It's really not.
So the Eternals is
I'll just sum it up here with one of my thoughts. Essentially what it is that they made this movie just to check off a whole bunch of boxes and not make a film at all. That's all it was.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people and saying all they did was check off boxes and they did nothing with it.
So we really need a... Go on.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say that we just all need a new movie that was to come out. It's called Dragon Ball Evolution 2.
Dragon Ball Evolution 2? No, we don't need that.
No, we need a bad movie to be great again. God damn it. We needed this to be great, because this shit is just so tan.
Yeah,
like, from what I'm hearing is, I would have got fucking annoyed so quick.
Look, I was suggested by Curious Dude.
That movie, man's career.
Doom had said, before you watch Eternals, have something to drink. That's what he told me.
Yeah. Yes.
And I watched Eternals without something to drink.
Something before you watch Eternals. If you decide to watch Eternals, Godspeed to you.
Yes.
Make sure you have a drink on hand.
Yeah, because you're going to be like, the entire time, you're going to be like, what? That's what's so stupid. What is this? What? That you're going to be doing that the entire time. And it gives you really no answers to what's going on. However, they do give you, I put it like this, if there's anything to take away from Eternals, it's the ending, at the after credits ending. So
yeah, but you're wasting like £5 or £19 if you're in London just to see the.
You're literally watching 2 hours for maybe 3 seconds.
Nothing.
You're watching
It's basically like Doom, like the movie, like the best movie. The part of that entire movie was the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's the best. The best part of the Eternals is the ending. That's it. Everything else you could really skip. So since we talked about that, because it's been all over the internet, I don't know how anyone has not known about the spoiler of the ending. I'm not going to spoil the ending of what actually happens to the Eternals. I'm not going to do that because, like I said, I want to be fair here. All right. Okay. However, who shows up at the end, I will spoil. So letting you know now, spoilers. All right. Who shows up at the end of the movie Eternals in the credits is none other than Blade.
I thought you were going to say Brock Lesnar. Damn it.
No, yeah, Brock Lesnar too. Yeah.
Yeah,
he's there.
So Blade shows up, but you don't see him, you just hear him. That's all you do. You hear him. But you know it's him.
No, you forgot the biggest reveal.
Well, I don't want to reveal that part. No, let them.
Well, I'll save you all the trouble without spoiling it. It's literally probably no one y'all ever heard of. So there you go.
Yeah, I didn't.
Well, actually, it is probably a lot of some people there. It was just a big surprise to see that it was that person.
So yes, and it's in the chat saying Blade. Yes, Blade shows up. You only hear his voice though. It's Blade.
Yeah.
Who isn't going to be?
He basically just like the line that he says is that he goes, "Are you sure you're ready for this?"
That's all he says. He said, "You sure you're ready for this?" It's him.
I wasn't gonna say the name because
don't say the name. Don't say the name. Yeah, but he says, "You sure you're ready for this?" And so it's Blade. So you're getting Blade soon. It's coming. I mean, they already, like I said, Disney Plus they announced Moon Knight. We know that Daredevil's in Spider-Man. We already know that because they already showed that in the trailer. All right, we already seen the leak. We've seen the leak footage for that. I mean, the screenshots for it. We already know
it's a reboot of Daredevil, right?
They're talking about a soft reboot. They're talking about it.
Okay.
We're not sure exactly what's going to happen yet, but we know that they got Daredevil and they got Punisher back. We know that they got Defenders back, and they're talking about making something work with that. So you're going to get your Marvel Knights. You're going to get
I was about to say. So this is your Marvel Knights, then.
Yeah, you're getting your Marvel Knights. So you don't have to worry about that.
This means that Sony and Disney are going to have some still good relationship, even though they're not going to be working together as much.
Yeah,
in the future.
Yeah. Well, let's move on to gaming. We have some gaming news. All right, believe it or not. Right, we had a lot of comic stuff to talk about. Yeah. Roadkill NES, found by the side of Texas Freeway, has been restored. Let me give a round of applause for those who still gives a shit about the NES. That's a good thing. Like I said, just because it's old tech doesn't mean you still can't have fun with it. And I appreciate that.
That little machine, that little box, brought the video game back from
the industry,
from the ashes.
Yes, you owe a lot of thanks to the industry, to that little box, that small little box, that little 8-bit game, that little 8-bit gaming system. You do. All right, and television was around, ColecoVision was around, Atari was around, but after that bombshell of ET that just nuked the entire industry, that was it. So the NES, the NES still goes. Look, the audience is saying the NES can take a beating and keep on going, so you can keep on ticking. You're damn right.
And if you want to watch a little bit a good video of the history of that with Rob the Robot, you can watch it on Gaming Historian's video channel.
Yes, you can.
It talks about the Rob the Robot and how it helped get the NES back in, over to the US and into people's homes.
That's right. And also,
so
as they're saying,
here's what I was about to say. Here's my beef with it. Everyone's like, oh yeah, this says NES, that's durable and everything, and it's great and all until you actually want to play a fucking video game on it, and then the fucking screen doesn't work, and you're fucking with it for about 5 minutes until it finally works.
Yeah.
Just saying. As someone that's owned one. But I'll tell you what. I'll tell you one system I never had a problem with whenever I wanted to play video games.
Which is?
That was my Sega Genesis.
Yeah, they never had a problem with Genesis either. They were still sturdy. Like I said, both still stand the test of time. They do.
Yeah. And here's the thing, though. See, you got people out there making good modifications on the old school consoles, so you can play on modern TVs and shit.
Yeah, on modern TVs. Yeah, because they look bad on new TVs. You're absolutely right.
Even when certain fucking remasters get fucking come around and then they fucking ruined the classics.
Oh, you mean like Grand Theft Auto? Oh!
Are you talking about the one where the Lori Lightfoot mod?
Oh my god! It gets worse and worse every time you see it. They've actually pulled the Grand Theft Auto remaster off of PC. That's right. Yeah. So,
yeah, they sure did.
Well, speaking of more news, all right, select Monster Hunter World Iceborne quests. That's right, Monster Hunter are being removed. Capcom has announced that several of Iceborne event quests will be removed from the game. Specifically, the collaborations between the Monster Hunter movie and the Assassin's Creed series. That's right.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
So yeah, I mean, look, Monster Hunter is seen. I'm happy. You know what? Regardless of that, let me give it a round of applause. Monster Hunter. It has come such a long way that I cannot be mad that if a couple quests are missing out of World Iceborne, when you have all these other renditions and all these other, and the game has grabbed such popularity now, I think that it's great to see. I mean, look, if the collaborations aren't going well, that's a business standpoint. We don't know what's going on. However, I will say that overall, you're still getting a full product in Iceborne in the expansion. And if you haven't played Monster Hunter World Iceborne, by all means, please play it and enjoy it. It's a great game. It really is.
Monster World. Yep.
Monster Hunter World. Monster World. Monster.
Well, then on top of that, the one on Switch is going to be getting a pretty big, substantial expansion as well.
It will.
Rise.
Rise. Yeah.
August next year.
So, also, in more news, which is kind of upsetting, we need to have this talk. Metal Gear Solid games are being removed digitally over historical footage. That's right.
This kind of confirms one theory.
By physical.
Well, I actually did do some research into this because I looked into the Microsoft store and it's still there. It's currently still there on the UK and the US version, but I don't know for how long. So if you want to buy it, quickly buy it.
Still,
so it's still there at the moment, and there's also on PS now, but I don't know why they've said, "Oh, hey, from the 8th of December." And also, crazy story. This is also the 20th anniversary of the second Metal Gear Solid game.
Oh, you know what? Again, round of applause for Metal Gear Solid. All right. That's another game that's come a long way from the NES. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When Snake
it pretty much solidified the stealth genre.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I still have the Metal Gear Solid collection on the P3 that came with all the Metal Gear games.
I'm just saying, like I said, I still have all the physical games. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm good, but I feel bad for people who want that experience and now they're getting ready to take it away from you digitally. Yeah. So gentlemen,
I don't understand the removal of the historical footage. I mean, it's fucking historical footage.
Well, that's what I'm getting ready to say. Yeah. Gentlemen, how do we feel about digital games being removed? I mean, we saw the biggest problem a long time ago with Scott Pilgrim versus the World. When he took it off digital and he brought it back out not too long ago. But
and now it's physical.
So if you can get the physical if you can. You know what I mean? But how do we feel about these games not being archived for digital use for the future, for generations to come?
They do have a lot of video game preservation websites out there. Archive.org being one of them. Yeah. Probably one of the biggest ones. In case you didn't know, if you go to archive.org, you can even see tons of old EGM, like video game magazines from the 80s, 90s, 2000s, and today, are still being scanned into that, as well as almost full-on emulators, dumps of very rare prototype games that never ever saw the light of day.
Okay.
So, I mean, as far as video game preservation goes, it's always going to be an uphill battle. But doing something with especially with digital-only games, that's the hard part, and I think that's the one thing that, as far as video game preservation goes, that's probably their biggest one. I think the most recent thing the biggest task that they did was someone backed up almost all of Newgrounds, all of their games and everything on there. Because Flash went away completely. Like there's no such thing as Flash anymore.
Is gone. Yeah,
there's no Flash is gone. They had somehow. How are you gonna have a Flash player? I mean, you just simply can't do it anymore. So somehow, if I recall, they backed up almost everything on Newgrounds, which was completely Flash based. So it's no different than that. But I think video game preservation is something that we really should take into consideration, just like preserving anything else in history. And they should give us options from the jump. I mean, video game developers. I mean, whether or not give us source code or whatever, I highly doubt they'd ever do something like that. Yeah. But just give us some means of archiving it.
Yeah, like here's the prime example. Look what happened to the X-Men arcade game that was on PS3 and Xbox, and the Simpsons arcade. They got removed.
Yeah, no fucking.
Same thing with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure HD, the fighting game.
Yeah,
that got removed. And I think it was last year when Marvel Ultimate Alliance came out, right? Part 3.
A couple years ago.
A couple of these ago. And then when they were promoting the game on PS4, they had Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2, and that got removed.
That has to be an Activision move. It has to be.
Yeah, and here's the thing.
It has to do with rights expiring, probably.
Yeah, it definitely has to do with rights expiring. One of the biggest cases was the Outrun series for Sega. For the longest time, Outrun was always tied to Ferrari vehicles. And when they did the remasters, a lot of them they couldn't get the Ferrari cars back into it.
Licensing.
One of the most licensing. So one of the best Outrun games was called Outrun Online Arcade. Or Outrun Coast to Coast, and that was on Xbox Live 360. And if you have an Xbox with it on there, then good, because that's gone. It's never good. It's never coming back. They lost the rights to Ferrari. It's never ever coming back. And that was probably the definitive Outrun game there is. Same thing with Afterburner, the F-14 Tomcat. Mm-hmm. McDonnell Douglas was bought out by Lockheed Martin. Lockheed Martin no longer makes the F-14. The F-14 is now the only last few F-14s that are in service are by the Iranian Air Force. There's only like a handful of them left because the Air Force retired that plane. You'll never see it in a video game or anything again.
That's why they replaced them with the
F-18
F-18s and the 35s.
Yeah, 35s. Yep, 35s and F-18s. But F-14 Tomcats, no more.
And there you go.
They don't make them anymore. They don't build them.
And here's the thing. We're going to go right into our next topic, which is still preserving. And I have to say this. EA. Yeah. Y'all know what time it is when I say EA, right? Y'all know what time. No.
And shit.
EA.
EA Games.
And their bullshit. EA. All right. EA calls NFTs and blockchain games the future of our industry. That's right.
It's the future. You can suck my dick. That's future.
That's how I feel. They can kiss my ass. They actually remember EA not too long ago was saying microtransactions and DLC are the future, and it'll stay that way. Now they're saying that blockchain games and NFTs are the future. First off, right click, bitch. Right click, bitch. That's all I gotta do for an NFT. You can spend thousands of dollars on an NFT, and all I have to do is right click on that motherfucker and save it if I want it. That's all I gotta do.
NFT.
You know, it's funny. It's fucking NFTs. Okay, so let me read you an article about one guy. I'll read you a snippet. This guy's tweet that had
which one?
NFT.
That's a scam. Which one? Did the guy who had the NFTs?
The rookie XBT. That's his Twitter handle. Okay. He says, "Bro, this is so dumb. People are stealing my punk that I paid $225K for and using it as a profile picture. How is this legal?"
See, it doesn't make any sense.
And then someone
it's a scam.
It's definitely a scam because people started stealing this NFT and using it as their profile pic. He goes, "This is stressing me out. Not gonna lie."
That's ridiculous,
dude. I don't know how to tell you, man. That was on you to waste your fucking money on a goddamn
dumbass
picture.
image, on an image that anyone can steal and use. It's absolutely.
I'm just gonna say this too. Don't go and harass this guy. Don't attack him. Don't
attack him. No, don't harass him. No, he learned the hard way. He learned the hard way already. You don't have to attack him. No, there's no reason.
Yeah.
But you have to be kidding me that we're going to sit here and say that NFTs and blockchain games are the future. These are scams.
Well,
how's it going, Tommy Tallarico? Amico?
Yeah, right? Like
looking at you, buddy.
Well, I would say you can't have to blame loot boxes because our government's saying, hey, we're going to knock this shit up. Oh, shit, gamers, game comes, shit. Oh,
it's always something to get you. First, it was microtransactions. It was DLC, microtransactions, then loot boxes. Now NFTs and blockchain games. They always try to find some gimmick to get you. They always do. And I don't know how people keep falling for this.
And this is the other half of that NFT thing is that now supposedly what it is they're going to be able to do with this is that with an NFT is that a player can literally turn around and sell it for real money.
Yeah. Wow. Real money.
This reminds me of that game I was on Steam where you can get like weapon skins and you can sell them on the market and
hold on.
I know you're talking about
Oh, you're talking about the CSGO.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so here's the thing about NFTs. Yes, you could sell that, but you forget at the core what an NFT is that it's on the blockchain. They can track who originally was the owner. So if they see it resold, you know what I'm saying? That's the thing. So I don't know how that's going to play out.
I understand that, but I mean,
I'm saying selling off those players.
Yeah, so so you could basically somebody gets a rare player from like Madden or FIFA or something like that. They could take that rare person and price it for a ridiculous amment.
Okay, and also, what about the original owner? But what about the original owner that had it? I mean, that's the whole point of NFT is that they're able to see it's being resold. I don't know what they're going to do with that information. I don't know if they can do anything that it's been resold.
Well, I mean,
but maybe they could. But once they institute some sort of legal ramifications for that, I'm pretty sure that shit's going to get shut down pretty quick.
Yeah,
but I mean, I don't think they would care once money transfers hands, though.
Well, they might because that's a unique identifier. That's the reason why they want the NFT to begin with. Now go ahead.
Well, yeah, I was just going to say, like, you're going to get like $10,000 worth of leaking money being sold to them in the first place. So I think they probably won't get as much. But then, depending on how much they're selling it, then they're going to knock it down. Like saying, hey, you ain't going to sell your shit anymore. You keep it for life. You should have done little moron.
Well,
be a good little piggy and give us more money.
Well, in more news, all right. Square Enix is the next company to embrace NFTs and blockchain gaming. Also, for those who did not know, some cuck. I'm only saying that because I know Odinson will say that. Some cuck wasted $125,000 on a not suitable for work Amaranth NFT. That's right.
Dumb cuck.
Oh,
see,
and
there it
there
goes.
you go.
Right there. See?
you literally took, you know,
All right.
the shrimping. You took shrimping to a whole new level.
It's absolutely
Right.
ridiculous.
Explain to me what does NFT mean? Because I think I forgot the meaning of it.
It's a non-fungible transferable.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, what it could be a piece of art. It's digital. It's it's something that's basically when they're saying it's non-fungible, that means you cannot actually. It exists in the ether. It is not. It is made up fantasy. Fucking. It's you can't. There's no physical manifestation of it. It could be literally a picture of something on the internet, and that's it.
You could literally just take a piece of paper, write a word on there, take a picture of that word of that piece of paper, and then post it online.
NFT. Yep.
It's an NFT. And there you go. And then now, and then it's encrypted with blockchain. So it has like a digital signature on it. And then you can just sell it.
That's what it is.
And for some reason, people are, this whole thing is a racket, dude. Because how are you going to set, again, someone just bought a picture of a, let's just call it what it is, a cosplay thought. All right.
Okay.
And,
by the way, she is streaming right now.
Who cares?
Okay, well,
she is streaming right now.
She can say hi.
Hey, and
maybe she can drop in and say hi, and we can call her out.
Next time, can you say a photo for 100,000 so I can become the biggest cuck in history?
Well, that's what it is. It's selling a photo for 100,000. That's 125,000. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what it is. So with all this,
but at the same time, I mean, you can't be too mad at the hustle. I mean, if they're able to get one over on some dumbasses. Yeah. Fuck it, dude.
Yeah, respect the hustle.
But yeah, that's what I was talking about with the whole NFT thing. With like with EA talking about being able to sell those rare players. Like there's your example.
Yeah.
If somebody's spending $125,000.
Well, our audience poll said when we asked if NFTs and blockchain games are the future of our industry, a whopping 98% said no. 2%.
Oh, that sounds about right.
Yeah, 2% said yes.
Wait, wow.
Well, those two. Those
down.
Okay.
We're
gonna be sending the police after you. You're gonna be investigating.
Well, it just goes to show you that people are not for it. They're just not.
Oh, did you hear Steam said no to NFTs and everyone went on their ass for that shit? Saying,
well, no, we just saw not too long ago. We
Yeah.
just saw on Discord not too long ago that they had the scale, they had to backtrack on their NFTs because people were upset with them. So
fuck them.
Yeah. So it goes to show you
they were going to jump in the game too.
Yeah, they were going to jump in the game. Everyone's just trying to ride the wave at this point and make money. That's all they're trying to do. So it goes to show you. But
God damn it.
In more news, Travis Scott. I guess we could talk about this for a minute. Travis Scott emote.
What a piece of shit.
Yeah, I know, but he's been removed from Fortnite store following his deadly concert. Now, I don't want to go too much into the concert because we're still talking about gaming. Yeah. I'm happy that they decided to remove Fortnite from Fortnite because it was a big influence.
I was going to say, they removed Fortnite altogether. Hell yeah.
That would be nice, wouldn't it? But we know that a 9-year-old died at his concert. So, I mean, it goes to show you that and he had a chance to stop it. He didn't. For all the news reports that we've seen and to see his apology, which was absolutely fake on his end when it came to the news report. I mean, the apology, the video apology.
Wait, hold on. Somebody died from Fortnite?
Yeah, dude, that's
somebody.
More than one person. It had to be about 9 people who died at his concert. Yeah.
Yep.
Wait, a live concert or
a live concert? But
were you there for the meeting?
He weren't there.
I'm just saying, buddy. We covered this in the meeting,
dude. I told you what happened to me.
Anyways, like I said, it's one of those things where you know he has a reach, you know he has influence, and for them to pull him from Fortnite, where he can influence kids, I think this is a good move for Fortnite. I really feel it is.
Yeah.
So how bad was his apology? Was it like the typical YouTube?
It was terrible.
No, it was the very, very
fucking
apology ever.
You ever see how sports athletes will do a commercial for something and they literally look like they're reading it. They're having a hard time struggling reading a book.
That's what he did. Yeah, he kept putting his hand on his forehead and kept wiping it like, damn, this is tough. Like, you know what I mean? You can tell.
No, he started out with the traditional, sigh before starting his speech about, his apology.
Yeah, and it was
like
terrible.
He did the.
Oh, god damn it! Fuck off.
Yeah, it was terrible.
This reminds me of that DSP apology when he couldn't give back people their money because he fucking conned people money.
Because it's all fake.
Someone in the chat, is saying, was it like the South Park? Sorry, yeah, it kind of was.
Kind of. It was, but at least the South Park sorry. It was said in jest. We know that. This was not said in jest. This was really bad, and it was like, yo, you're just digging a deeper hole for yourself by apologizing. The way he apologized, it was hard.
Yep.
What about you just give the victims money, and then?
Well, that's still not enough. That's still not. He's going to. Apparently, he's going to.
I would not give victims money because
he's going to pay for the funerals of those who. He is going to pay for the funerals of those who died. All the proceeds will go to a charity, I believe, as well. But he's going to be sued out the ass for this one. He is.
Oh yeah.
He's going to be sued out the ass.
There's no excuse for that.
Him and Drake. It was supposed to be him and Drake. Basically, they're supposed to get sued.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. He's not there. So I mean, but in more news, Sony launches VTuber project backed by Kayguya-sama, manga creator, co-on character designer. That's right. So here we go with the VTubers, and they're riding the wave.
I think a lot of these companies are a little bit behind the curve. I mean, don't get me wrong, VTubers, but you have to have a certain personality. Unless that personality is good. And here's the thing I've learned by watching VTubers. The most successful ones are the ones that speak English. The ones that are the most successful have something very, very unique about them. They're not just they're not playing on the old trope, because you'll see a lot of indie English speaking VTubers that play into the whole trope of they look like a cute little anime girl, but they're cursing and swearing and being loud and obnoxious, versus maybe some just being a real. The ones that are most successful are just literally just being themselves, but not necessarily playing into the whole trope of, what do they call it? They call it Yuri baiting.
Okay.
And they don't play into that.
Okay.
So, and that seems to be the trap that most of the English speaking VTubers fall into, is the Yuri baiting. Is they're like, oh, I look like a cute anime girl, and I'm gonna sound all sexual and then be vulgar as shit like a sailor. And it's like, okay, every single indie VTuber does that. So in order for Sony to be successful, of course, they're probably not going to do that.
No,
for sure they're not going to do that.
They have a stand. They're not going to. No.
But also, how successful is this going to be, and to what end? Why does Sony want this? Because do they really want them to be successful?
No,
because it's kind of hard when you have
wave riding. They see money.
Well,
that's all they see.
Here's the thing. It's just one big sponsored stream for them.
Megacorp has been winning for a while now.
Oh, don't forget, Crunchyroll has their own VTuber too.
Yeah, they do. Listen, Megacorp is winning right now. They are. They go out of their way to find these VTubers and put them on their platform so that you keep watching their stuff. It's Megacorp shit. This is nothing new.
It's pretty much going into
also just to kind of throw this out there too. Sonic is a VTuber for the Japan.
Not surprised at this point. At this point, I'm not surprised.
I am sick of this VTuber shit, man.
Well, it's not going anywhere anytime soon right now. I'm just letting you know.
It's not going to go anywhere, but unfortunately.
I mean, I know it's the new, as they say, the new thing, the new.
It's here to stay, dude. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
If only Hatsune Miku and didn't fucking survive, and then one happened.
You know what? The fucking case, give me fucking hologram Tupac.
Well, that's the thing.
Hologram Tupac.
Well, that's the thing. You gotta think this all started back with Macross. And we're getting now, and we back in the day, we said, damn, that looks cool. I wonder if that could ever happen. Now we're somewhat seeing it to a lower level of Macross. We got Miku doing it. It was like, okay, that is Macross right there. And then now we got VTubers, and it's just taking on its entirely different type of form. It just has. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
It's evolving.
Yeah, it is. It's evolving. I don't know if that's for the better or for the worse, but it is evolving. So
definitely for the worst.
Honestly,
it's like a gremlin. Somebody spilled water on it.
Yeah, that's how I feel. But I mean,
we're gonna have VTubers with freaking AI robots. Any one of fucking children.
Like, here's the thing with this whole VTuber thing. I don't want this shit being forced down my throat.
Well, it's going to get forced down your throat.
It's Megacorp. They're going to force it down your throat. They're
and
going
forcing shit down my throat if I got hit.
All right, well, I'm letting you know. You know, the same Megacorp that you buy games from is the same Megacorp that's going to shove it down your throat. I'm just letting you know that now.
Yeah. Watch.
Well, okay.
Harlem Arcade is going to be next. They're going to have their own VTuber.
So what if somebody what if Konami goes into making a Castlevania VTuber and it's Dracula? You gonna subscribe and watch?
I'm gonna shoot myself because Konami's a piece of shit at this point.
Well, at least he did. You know what? It's a better answer than genocide. So okay, I'll take that one. I'll take that one.
I was about to say. It's like don't do that because
don't genocide.
Go on a genocide thing again.
Well, let's move on. Let's move on.
Well, Konami's mascot is going to be Solid Snake, though, unfortunately.
Yeah, they still own the rights to him. So yeah, but let's move on.
The old Snake as well. Ugh.
Marvel Midnight Suns has been delayed until the second half of 2022. That's right. Company is saying.
I say good.
They have sex with Wolverine.
I say good.
Yeah, I think it is good.
Simply for the fact so they can actually have more time to work on the game.
I would rather them work on the game and delay it and work on the game instead of patching it after patch after patch after patch. Which we will talk about
You don't want it to be cyberpunked.
We will talk about it right now. The patch for the patch for the patch.
There's just been too many fucking video games released broken.
Yeah. Here we're starting.
There was a remaster that happened.
Well, Square Enix claims that Crystal Dynamics was the wrong fit for disappointing Marvel's Avengers. You don't say.
No, you don't say.
You're figuring this out now. Okay.
Really, Square.
Yeah, but there's more. Avengers cuts out paid XP boosting, as we talked about on the pod last time. They cut out paid XP boosting due to fan backlash, which is, it goes to show you, if you fans stand together with each other and demand certain things, they will buckle. That simple. Yeah, it's really that simple.
Yeah, just like from the last podcast, my mic was cut out at the time because I didn't know my mic was cut out. But yeah, no, like I totally called that a long time ago when they were going to implement it, and now it's gone.
Yep, and here we go, and we still have more news. And in terms of all this and more, Avengers increases the power level cap, earnable costumes, which they have promised us a long time ago, earnable costumes. Yeah. And Spider-Man will be coming on November 30th. And we saw the trailer for that.
There's some more news to it. The OTL, what's it called? That's the Mega Low Threat Sector mission. And the raid mission, you're going to get free exotics once per week if you do those missions.
Well, I will put it like this. I hope that this knocks down their ego a peg. And I hope they stop relying on Reddit so damn much. Because that's what the problem was. That's what their problem was.
This is also, on top of that, this is also a big reminder of how service as a game does not work.
Yeah. Well, I mean, go ahead. No, go ahead.
It does. It can work if it's like ESO, where you have you put in effort and you put an expansion once per year, and you do it that way, but not in the way as you said, not in paid subscriptions and stuff like that.
Because I was going to say, because that game's a free-to-play, right?
Yes, it's a free-to-play.
Yeah, it's a free-to-play.
ESO.
Yeah, so there you go. So a service as a game can work as a free-to-play.
Yeah.
Don't charge people $60 and then,
and then on top of
turn
it,
costumes, into a damn...
and then on top of it, XP, and then on top of it,
No, Avengers just needs to be free-to-play at this point. After all the DLC and shit, they guess
we'll see. We will see what happens with Spider-Man if they have an uptick in gamer usage when it comes out.
I think this is going to piss off a lot of people as well, though, too, because Microsoft, there's nothing for them. They only get the raids, and that's it. There's nothing for them.
Spider-Man, wasn't he supposed to be kind of like a launch character at one point?
Well, he's a Sony exclusive, so
Sony exclusive,
yeah. We didn't know if he was going to be a launch or not. They didn't really say, but we should have gotten Spider-Man a long time ago, and we thought at least in March.
I'll say this too. I don't see Avengers being supported for too much longer. So all those data mine characters, I don't believe they're going to happen.
Yeah.
Well, I think they're still going to do it. I think
not all of them will be there.
Well, I think they're trying to coincide with what they're doing with the movies. There's a reason that they're launching Spider-Man November 30th because the movie's getting ready to come out soon. You know what I mean? So
they're heading towards the pre-war Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, they're hoping to get the uptick in backpack off of the movie. That's all they're doing. So every time when these movies get ready to come out, I think a new character's getting ready to come out.
Well, She-Hulk, I think, might come next because isn't she coming up soon as well?
Yeah, she was one of the data mine characters, so we'll see.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't have high hopes for Doctor Strange.
I would. I mean,
no,
he's getting.
Doctor Strange
I told you, Doctor Strange's movie is going to be big. His movie's going to be big. So
Doctor Strange's going to turn up because he's in the
Wakanda.
He gets talked about. In Wakanda.
He's in Wakanda. We know that. Yeah, they talk about it. So, but in more news, for those who don't know tech news, MySpace. You know what? MySpace.
Oh, yeah.
Let me get a round of applause. MySpace is back. That's right. For those who don't know, MySpace is now back. It is called now Space Hey, and it brings social media back to its roots. That's right.
Come on.
Yep.
Oh, for fuck! That's such a nasty name, though. Space Hey. Hey, I'm in space. Hey.
Yeah, well, look, everything comes back around full circle. Everything does. And it goes to show you that MySpace is back. And believe it or not, a lot of people are joining it. They are leaving Twitter and they're joining Space Hey. That's right.
Yeah, I'm going to have to start joining now.
I'm just saying. So it is back. So
oh God, yeah, it does look like classic MySpace.
It does.
I'm looking at the site
it
right
does.
now.
I'm
Damn.
looking at it.
Yeah. So in more news, YouTube, and we have to talk about this. YouTube is removing dislikes and discourages trolls, but unhelpful for its users. And I agree. Removing dislikes does nothing for anyone. You're only doing this because of corporations, because they're tired of getting dunked on when they come up with bad products. I'm not fooled. There's no point of having users who are able to still see dislikes and you say, oh, well, it's their mental health. Okay, then why are they still allowed to see it then? If the creator of the video is still allowed to see the dislikes and likes, then you're not doing anything for them. It makes no sense. They're only doing this because they don't want the public, to see, hey, this is what's going to happen, when we decide your product is bad. So now they'll probably go a different way around it.
Yeah, so well, this is what they're doing. So like the person, the people that go to the channel and that watch the video, they can still click, the thumbs up or thumbs down. It's just not going to show how many people. They're not going to show a ratio.
They're not going to show a ratio. Yeah.
The problem is though, you can just go into your options and just turn that off. You don't need to just get rid of it completely. That's just. It's just so fucking stupid. If you're gonna
the reason their purpose for it is they don't want other people's opinion to influence yours. So like when they say, oh yeah, Nintendo was notorious for a lot of their fucking I think they owned the most disliked video. I forgot what it was.
Yeah.
And it was like so many it was like almost a million something dislikes. And if you see it and it's like, oh, well, if this is disliked, I'm just going to go ahead and dislike it too. And I think that's their mentality.
It was about the Nintendo expansion pass.
Well, the chat is saying that they should just bring back the star rating system. And others say they only feel like this will only benefit the big people in the YouTube scene, which it will. It will only affect them. Mm-hmm. YouTube Rewind in general gets a save on this one. Every year, as you know, that would get dunked on YouTube Rewind. Now it's getting the save. That's all they're doing. They're companies that give. Look, if y'all don't remember, just not too long ago, Sonic the Hedgehog, when the first trailer for that movie came out, looked terrible.
It was dope.
If it wasn't for the people downvoting the shit out of that video, we wouldn't have got a recreated Sonic. We wouldn't have got him back the way he was supposed to look.
That is correct.
So it goes to show you that downvoting en masse, when it comes to things that you don't like, it does work. It does get attention. But now they're taking that away from you. So something that actually turned out for the better of a product, which Sonic did great in the movie theater.
Sure the hell did.
Now you're going to take that away from them.
This is just silencing the consumer. That's pretty much it.
That's all it is.
Businesses are just going to get away with their shit.
I agree.
I'm guessing you're going to get Susan Wojcicki as a YouTuber. And then
this is what I see happening, how people are going to circumvent that. They're just going to type in the chat like or dislike.
Yeah, and then they're just going to say, well, we're going to ban that, so what are you going to do then?
Yeah, because you can remove comments. You can remove comments. You can remove comments. So
yeah, you can turn them off. Nintendo turns off most of the comments on their videos anyway.
Yeah, so turn off the comments, and people can't say anything. You take away the thumbs up and thumbs down. You can't judge it. So now what?
Well, you may as well just turn yourself into Twitter and just fucking have fucking algorithms saying, hey, you said something mean. Time off type troubles. Fucking piece of shit.
Well,
What fucking piece of shit.
Speaking of pieces of shit, let's move on, shall we? For those who do not know, family sues after the corpse fell out of the casket in full view of horrified family members.
Disgusting.
That's right. The corpse fell out of the casket and shocked everyone that was at the funeral.
How the fuck
God.
fucking casket?
Yeah.
Who was the dumb fuck who fucking did that shit?
Well, as you know, the people who do the services for funerals do this type of stuff. But I mean, but clearly they had an oversight on their end. They didn't pay attention, and the body fell out of the casket.
There's no excuse.
Pallbearers, that's what they're called.
It's probably either poor craftsmanship or somebody didn't set the table up all the way, or
It's absolutely
or somebody
ridiculous
bumped it by accident.
It's absolutely ridiculous that people are doing this. I mean, to be honest, I mean, if you really want to dive into this, we can dive into it. I don't have a problem with that. All right.
Well, to be fair, look, there's also people steal from fucking caskets as well. So if we're gonna have a go at anything, it fell out of the casket when it was being lowered into the grave, causing the body to fall out. It was sued the funeral home and the cemetery. The family of Andrew Serrano, the resident of Lawrence, who died in March 2019, alleged negligence and reckless infliction of emotional distress in the suit filed last Wednesday in Essex Superior Court. During the funeral handled by the Perez Funeral Home and city-owned Bellevue Cemetery in Lawrence on April 5th, 2019, one of the side straps of the city-owned casket lowering service broke, causing Mr. Serrano's casket to fall into the grave and break apart, according to the suit. The corpse fell out of the casket in full view of the horrified family. So the strap to lower it down fell. It broke and they fell through.
It was a partial accident on their part, but at the same time, they
still
should have paid attention to maintenance.
Yes, they are still responsible. So it goes to show you. But in more news, and this is something that we got to get on. So, because we had a poll for this one. That's right. I had to make sure we polled on this one. Plus size women. Ladies, I need y'all to listen to this part. Plus size women admit they aren't attracted to overweight men. So, gentlemen.
Double standards.
Notice that the article.
Double standards.
First of all, notice the article says plus size women aren't attracted to overweight men.
Why men got
already? That tells you the fucking thing. Why Why can't they be plus size men too?
No.
Fuck that. Fuck all that. Okay, yeah. It's basically saying, plus size beauty queens are not attracted to fat, ugly old men. But they might as well have just said that shit. All right, let's get that straight. Fuck them.
So with this said,
okay, first of all,
go ahead.
This article already like kind of stinks because it just shows how far along we've come. We're supposed to we're supposed to be okay with BBWs and SBBWs or SSBBWs, which...
Wait, you said SSBBWs? What the fuck?
You ever heard of an SSBBW?
SSBBW?
Super size.
Super size, Jesus Christ.
I thought you were going to say racist fucking big people.
No. Super.
That's a new one on me. Okay.
You know how I knew that? Because, there was this guy I used to work with back a long time ago. I used to work at for this cell phone company. He was a skinny black dude. He was a skinny little black dude, and he was like maybe about $130, maybe 5'8". Okay. All right.
$130.
And he had the hots for SSBBWs, and he was always, every time a customer would come in, it'd be a thick girl, like she's a biggin', she'd be like maybe she'd be pushing like maybe 280. All right. Oh. And he'd look at her, and then I'm like, and we had this conversation about women. He was like, "Oh yeah, I love BBWs and SSBBWs." And I was like, "What's an SSBBW?" He goes, "Super size." I was like, "Oh shit!" I was like,
"So those are the ones that go all shit." That's what it sounded like right there. Here, going to turn blind and stand up. I wasn't sure.
SS Super Soaker size.
Super Soaker.
He was so ready for all of that. He was so excited about it. So, but here's the thing, though. Not every man is like that. And what's funny is, think about it this way. Men that, if we're accepting women, plus size, if you will.
Yes.
And women that are attracted to you rarely see women that are attracted to plus size men, quote unquote here. It's usually because they either have money or they're really funny, or maybe they have a weird kink or fetish.
Okay. All right, I'll give you that one. I know a couple of attractive women that are with plus size men. And my first
I think there's a famous. Go ahead. No,
I was saying my first reaction. I was like, "Wow, really? Like, really? Like, I did not see that coming." There's
a famous Twitter girl. Well, maybe she's not famous, but she's kind of semi-famous. Her name is, I can't remember what her name is. She's like a frog chick or something, but she has like she has a weird kind of body type, and it's like it looks good. Don't get me wrong. She has like a flat stomach, but she's like that slim thick or whatever.
Yeah.
And she's always posting like kind of politically polarizing things, but she has a thing for fat guys. Okay. But she's not really fat herself. She has huge ass titties. I'm trying to remember what her name is, but she has a thing for fat guys, and that's what I'm saying. I was like, so usually if women are attracted to a plus size male, it's usually because there's some kind of fetish going on.
Okay, well, I mean, if that's how you feel.
That's how I feel about it.
Well,
or money.
As a plus size man, I don't give a shit.
Okay, there you go. He doesn't care. He don't care. Now it's interesting because our audience poll, said 50% said that yes, it is hypocrisy that plus size women are not attracted to plus size men. It's hypocrisy.
That's true.
35.7% said it's personal preference. And 14.3% said no. Yeah. 14.3%.
Why is it that low? Why is it low? But that's not hypocrisy? No, like white people said no. I don't understand that. They said you fuck who you want to fuck. That's what I'm going to say.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why they said no. It's not hypocrisy. You just do whatever you want. And others said that it's personal preference.
Don't fuck kids or animals. Who gives a shit?
Women are like pushing the whole, accept me because I'm fat and I'm beautiful and I'm unashamed and I'm not going to change for you. You just need to change your perception on fat women. All right, do the same for men. Call me when you get to
so we're talking the same thing. So we're going back to what we just talked about earlier about domestic violence on how women and men are different and they don't get treated the same. Now we're talking about this where men and women aren't treated the same as well.
Double standards.
I mean, double standards. If you want equality, that's what equality looks like. All right.
Yep. There you go. So more news.
Moving along.
In more news, wait a minute. I already see where we're going, and you know what that means, right? Y'all should know. Florida Man!
Oh, God, he's back!
Florida Man is back with a vengeance. For those who don't know, and this motherfucker, something wrong with this guy. All right. Florida Man plotted to snatch up a little girl, had a list and materials for abduction, rape, murder, and disposal of a small child. That's right.
Okay,
Get his ass about it.
Usually Florida Man articles are never.
That dark.
Usually it's something crazy.
Yeah.
So did somebody grab this guy and like feed him to a bunch of crocodiles yet?
No, they got his ass, but he don't need to see the light of day. As far as I'm concerned.
See, here's the thing: if Joe Exotic was alive, he would probably,
What do you mean he was alive? He is alive.
Look, man.
I do need to mention about. Actually, Joe Exotic does have aggressive cancer at the moment.
The poor guy has cancer. He's ready. He said
checking out
just
soon.
Needs help now.
Yeah, he's checking out soon. Back. He is.
Yeah, he's come back.
So it goes to show you that, and mind y'all, if y'all didn't see what happened on Twitter last night on stage in Florida, all right, you know what? No, let me do this right because this is it. I'm throwing audible in this one. Florida man and Florida woman. All right. But in Florida at concert, all right, Florida man who's a fan of the performer gets on stage, right? Lays down on the stage. It was a video that was on Twitter last night. Lays down on the stage. The girl who's the performer pulls her pants down, pisses all over his face. Yeah. Yes. It was on Twitter last night. Florida.
What?
I don't know what's going on in Florida. But that's not it.
Wow.
Yeah.
There must be something in that fucking water. Jesus fucking
I don't know what's going on.
Look, if you're gonna do that shit, let's buy fucking gaming water
in
piss or
front
something.
of everyone.
Oh my
In
god!
front of the entire audience.
You know what? He's a fucking virgin. I ain't buying it. He's a fucking virgin. Yeah, that's
I mean, who just
He's a
lays
fucking
down?
virgin.
Who lays down and lets
Yeah.
someone squat on him like that? Is I don't know.
What's next? Is going to be a fucking man who's going to go on the stage and she just takes a dump on him? But what the fuck?
At first I thought
You know what? I wouldn't.
At first, I thought that's what was going to happen, but no, it was the other one. I was like, you know what? That saves it a little bit. I'm not saying it saves it much, but
Look, fellas.
Imagine it
act
become
like,
a liquid
don't act
one,
like
a liquid poop.
Look, don't act like none of y'all fellas ever been with your girl in the shower and she peed on your leg a little. You know?
No. This is a guy who's laying flat. This is a guy who's laying flat on his back, waiting for it.
That fucking
like he didn't take his clothes off or anything. No, he had his stuff on, and she literally pissed all over him. And crowd was like, yeah.
Okay, you crowds, man. You're also fucking virgin. Get the fuck
there's something wrong with these people. But we're gonna have to send Goku to destroy him. But we need Frieza. Frieza, damn. With extreme prejudice, huh?
Yeah, I can't take the shit.
We have more news in Florida. Compensation has been denied. Compensation has been denied for a Florida man wrongfully incarcerated for 37 years.
Yeah, that's fine. Fuck that shit. That's fucked. Oh, didn't he get denied? What was it? Did he get denied any money as well?
He was wrongfully incarcerated. That man should be able to sue. He should be compensated. I don't care what.
Yeah, you definitely should be.
That shit.
Yeah, if you're wrongfully jailed and you've been in there for 37 years, you should be able to.
That's a big payday for you.
Oh wait, the chat is saying did she perform an R. Kelly tune? Why are you going there?
Oh God,
we're gonna call her Shark Kelly. Shark Kelly. Shark Kelly now. Jesus Christ.
Oh, P. Kelly.
It don't make no damn sense. But yeah,
if she gives him genital warts, then we'll find out.
Yeah, right.
Genital warts.
Yeah. But I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous that this guy hasn't been compensated. And as far as I'm concerned, I would take this as far as you can. Wrongfully incarcerated.
I'd take this to the Supreme Court.
Hell yeah, dude. Go to court, man.
We have some more
Earn your payday.
Florida news. More Florida. Jesus Christ. Florida woman, displeased with her service, hit teen drive-thru staffer in the neck.
Fucking
wait, what?
She hit the drive-thru staffer in the neck while she was waiting for her food. And she was mad. She was displeased with the service, damn it. So she hit him.
I've been displeased with my service, but never did I think I was gonna just hit him in the fucking neck.
God
damn! In fact, I was just talking about the at fucking McDonald's, dude. They can never tell their ass from their elbows there.
You just used the R word. My God,
I did. God damn, dude. Well, I'm sorry, dude, but they're really stupid there. Oh my God,
like teenagers as well, like that works there. So what are you?
They must have messed up her order one too many times, and she had enough of it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I got my own food curse with fast food, but shit, not to the point where I'm gonna have to punch them in the neck.
Fucking idiots, dude. Jesus Christ.
We have more.
I don't know how many times I've ever been to any of the McDonald's over here, and they're high out of their goddamn mind. And they can't even, and they literally all like, let's say you order a Big Mac or something, and you get fucking chicken nuggets and something else. And it's like, that's not even close, dude.
Let them be, damn it. They get paid so low. Let them be.
No.
Man, guys, if y'all look in the chat, I think that's breaking news right there in Florida.
I see. We have, we still have more news pertaining to Florida. Man. We're not done. No, we have more Florida. So
is pissed on.
He's been pissed on. He lost his money. He did everything. We have more Florida news. More Florida news. Oh my God! Police search for Florida man who beat seagull with a shovel.
No. He's a national hero. Fuck those seagulls. You're
right. Oh my God. He called me national hero. You know what? Round of applause for the national hero. He's on the
I had like when I was a kid, like I went to the seaside because it's like close to my home.
Seagulls are dicks.
20 seagulls came after me, man. Fuck those fucking seagulls.
Seagulls will try and take everything you own if you let them. They don't give a shit.
They'll take your wife, they'll take your job, man. A piece of shit.
But with the shovel, though, he could have found another shovel.
Yeah.
Right, Jesus Christ.
It could have been Triple H's shovel when he buried it.
He buried every wrestler.
I think the chat might want to hear this shit, this one that I just posted for breaking news for Florida.
Wait, you got breaking news for Florida, man? Wait a minute, you got breaking news. Come on. What's your breaking news? Breaking news.
It says Florida man caught with 20,000 in marijuana narcotics wanted to be a good host party.
You want to be a good host at a party.
A good host at a party.
Oh my God! I mean, that's a good way to do it.
He's a national hero for that too. How the man be a host? That's how you be a host, people.
You see the guy's face? That face says it all.
Oh, what's funny is you say that being a good host at a party. Did you hear about that one party that that one guy holds for veterans? Okay. Every veteran, it's a tradition for him, and he buys a whole bunch of hookers and strippers from around the area, and has a whole bunch of weed.
Hookers and cocaine.
No, it's a bunch of weed and drugs and you get, and these girls they'll say, hey, by the way, there's going to be a lot of veterans attending, and then these girls will basically say they're going to show their appreciation.
Oh, their appreciation. Got you.
Yeah, and it's honestly called it's a free blowjob and some drugs.
Turn that one down. Oh, man, turn that one down. You know what? If that's going to host at a party, round of applause for that guy too. He's coming out the woodwork.
This is the last one, but y'all might want to check the chat.
Well, hold on. You got another one? Because I have some more. Just so you know, we still got Florida topics.
Check the chat. Check the chat right now. This one might get a kick.
I'm suing
oh my God. Okay, breaking news. Hold on. We got some more breaking news for you. Breaking news. Florida man accused of throwing nunchucks through car window ahead traffic light. What the fuck?
This is old news, sir. But what?
Oh my God! Yo, come on. Okay.
Well, we just need that fucking ninja to come back.
Michelangelo not playing with y'all. All right, he's not playing with y'all. Don't fuck with Michelangelo. It's that simple. Oh my God! But oh my God!
That's so good.
We still
Did
have
someone say cowabunga?
Yeah, right. I wouldn't be surprised if you said it when you throw it.
Cowabunga it is.
Florida man say.
But we still have more Florida man news. For those that know, Florida man. Florida man. All right, a puppy shoots Florida man. Deputy say. A puppy shot him.
Man. Must have not have filled the food bowl when the dog was wanting it.
How you having the puppy shoot you?
He said he did it for his people.
He did it for the Rock. Is that what he did for?
Yeah, he did it for the Rock. He did it for the people.
Oh my God! What is wrong with these headlines?
And also. God damn it!
In our last,
have been oppressed too much.
He's been oppressed. Say make him go to the doghouse. He don't like going to the house. Yeah. He's tired of it. Well, in more news, in our last bit of news, I will say it is not Florida, so y'all have to worry about. Florida man is checked out for the day. Christ. He has left the building for the day. I think we gave you all enough Florida topics. And this news is actually some good news, actually. For those who don't know, a 16-year-old girl learned a hand gesture on TikTok. Now, look, we've talked about TikTok for the previous, I'm going to say, 3 pods maybe? And we've always said how TikTok is terrible and how it really shouldn't exist. In this case, I'm going to have to say that TikTok did something good, okay? So a 16-year-old girl learned a hand gesture on TikTok to signal for help. Law enforcement says it saved her life. That's right.
What's that in the UK?
I don't know, but I want to give a round of applause to TikTok for this one.
Good for her.
All right. Good for her. TikTok can be educational if used the right way. It goes to show you.
There's a W right there.
There's a big W. Yep. That's right.
Yep. Yeah.
So, gentlemen, we still have to do our weekly picks. Now, I don't know if y'all forgot, but who wants to go first?
I'm going to go.
I'm
going to go first.
Okay, go ahead. Go first. Go ahead.
So, my weekly pick is going to be Forza Horizon 5.
Okay, Forza Horizon 5. That's a good pick. That's a good pick.
Yeah. Forza Horizon 5. Here's the reason why I say this. I say Forza Horizon 5 because it just released this week, on the November the 9th, I believe. Yeah. If you want the standard version, if you were early adopter of the ultimate version, you could have played it last week. Yeah. Before that on a Friday. So this game takes place in Mexico now. The previous one took place in the UK, kind of near Scotland. It's by the looks of it. Yeah, this one. Yeah, and this one now takes place in Mexico. Heavy emphasis on off-road vehicles this time. There's still plenty of places for cars to drive around into, but this one is probably the most ambitious one yet. There's dust storms, there's weather, there's actually real dynamic weather, like not just rain, it's like actual thunderstorms that strike trees and things like that. There's mud, there's flooding, rivers that start flooding. There's just all kinds of stuff, wackiness that's involved. Over 500 cars. There's a lot to do online, and the game is beautiful. And I think that's what Mr. Wing Zero said the same thing.
This is what I want to talk about, because for those who did not see the news that was posted earlier, I think it was either last night or this morning, Forza, I got to give him a round of applause. Forza 5 has reached so far. It has over 7 million players online right now playing the game. So round of applause for Forza 5.
You got to get out the Game Pass there as well.
Game Pass. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that goes to show
it is well right now, Curious Doom, he's playing it. We have Mr. Wing Zero, he just recently got it, so he's ready to start his adventure. And then Ben Odinson here, I think
here it comes.
He started it?
Yeah,
I don't know if he started it yet or not. I don't know if he did.
I'm waiting.
For me, I've gone in it, but Event is it's been the lazy Avenger.
There it is.
He's being the lazy.
That's exactly what I was waiting for.
That's why we were waiting for. We're like, everyone got it, but where's Event?
I told you, I will get the game. I will Game Pass it. I promise you. I'm saying it on this show. I will get Forza Horizon 5. I've made the room clear for my PC for it. I am getting the game. I don't want you to feel that I'm not getting it, but I knew y'all were going to call me out on this today.
Because we're all waiting to play. We're all waiting to play together, and we're waiting on you. But you got to clear some of that shit before they unlock the, before we can all play. You have to play through the game a little bit before it allows you to join with players.
I have no problems. Look, I'm a gearhead. I have no problem playing through that game at all.
That BMW i8 is.
Look, if it's anything like Gran Turismo, where I had to do license tests, all right, then I mean.
You don't need any license test for Forza.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You, in order to play certain parts at times in Gran Turismo, you had to do licensing tests, and I had to do that over and over until I got it right. So if I can get through that with no problem, I'm sure I can get through Forza.
You might need a soccer license.
I'm going to need you're going to need a license for your license by the time I get on the game, because I don't think you can drive. I don't think you can drive.
I'm calling you out because Chelsea sucks.
That's all right. Well, Arsenal still sucks too. All right. It doesn't matter. We're still in first place. You have to respect us until we leave first place. We haven't left first place.
Look at the women's division. The
women's division is still good. It's all right. We still got more hardware than you.
We're first.
You can be in first, but we still have more hardware than you.
We're first.
You got to beg for the women's division. Ooh, the women's division. Oh, yeah. Now look at me. Now I'm getting my toxic masculinity. Now I'm getting into it. Ha!
How about you respect my oppression, bitch?
Respect your oppression. We'll see how oppressed you are on that road, buddy. We'll see. All right.
I'm oppressed.
Regardless of which, that was my weekly pick. So recommend go out and get it. It's on Game Pass, Xbox, and PC.
And let's not forget, for those who are new members to Xbox Game Pass, it costs what, $1? Is it $1?
Yeah, it's $1.
It's $1 for 3 months. That's right.
Yeah. Things Yeah, it's for the PC winners.
Yeah, for the PC, I believe. Yeah,
and Game Pass is think of it like Netflix, but
it's $9.99. The standard is $9.99, and the ultimate is $14.99.
Yes, ultimate is where it's at. I use the ultimate because I pretty much use every feature of it, and you get weekly perks. So I was about to say, if you check in your perks, by the way, Doom, you know how you were saying, oh, I don't have Disney Plus. If you check in your perks, there's a 3-month pass for Disney Plus. For 3 months for free.
Get on it and watch all the shows.
And Discord Nitro. And Discord Nitro also. You get 3 months for Discord Nitro also for free.
There you go.
You said Nitro, son.
All right. Well,
Nitro team gets to play.
Who's next?
I can go next.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
All right. So it's more or less two documentaries that I've watched in the past, and I've actually recently watched one of them.
Okay.
It has to do with how the United States did a lot of nuclear and atomic testing.
Is that what you're watching? That's what you're watching then.
Okay.
Yeah.
So does it get one of the thorium?
It definitely does go into the meat and potatoes of what the U.S. military was doing with atomic testing and nuclear testing.
Okay. What's it called?
And the first documentary is called Trinity and Beyond.
Okay.
And that's narrated by William Shatner.
Okay.
And that one right there really goes in depth about, all the different, testings of atomic weapons, when they were building the Fat Man and the Little Boy, and then the other projects that they were working on. And then the other documentary that's you can both find on Amazon Prime to rent.
Okay.
It's called Countdown to Zero.
Okay, you know what? That's come across my feed, and I didn't watch it yet, but it has come across my when they recommend certain things to you, it's come across.
Yeah, so the Countdown to Zero kind of talks more about how close we came to several different times of nuclear war.
Okay, for
Countdown to Zero, and it's actually a really good documentary as well. One of the things that I thought was interesting, it's inside of the Colorado location for their facility, and it's on the door, and it looks like a Domino's pizza box, but it has a missile, and it says guaranteed delivery, 30 minutes or less, or your next one's free.
Does it come with free Pepsi if I don't get it on time?
Pepsi and maybe some crazy bread. Yeah, I don't know.
Possibly.
I want my Pepsi.
But yeah, those are two of my picks. They're one's from 1995, the other one's from 2010.
Yeah, they both sound good. I'm gonna have to check that out. I'm a big doc guy anyway.
But so it's one's called Trinity and Beyond, and the other is called Countdown to Zero.
Nice. Who's next?
I guess I'll go next because Rings actually got damn something. Okay. I definitely got something. Yeah, 8 out of 10 cats. Fuck it. I got nothing.
8 out of 10 cats. I really thought that you were going to pick Dope Sick. I really thought you were going to because we talked about it earlier this week.
I legit haven't watched it yet.
You haven't? Okay. All right. Well, okay. All right.
Oh, Shang-Chi as well. Shang-Chi, fucking amazing movie.
Shang-Chi was amazing. It's amazing. Yeah. Okay.
Cody, you're next, you piece of shit.
Oh, boy. Fucking
something Castlevania. Genocide. Genocide is this week.
Nah.
I'll do Genocide.
No. Oh. I'm happy for this motherfucking Shin Megami Tensei 5.
Oh yes, it did just come out, didn't it? Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Wait, who?
Shin Megami Tensei 5.
Cares.
Fucking.
No. It looks good. It looks good.
Oh boy, yeah, I'm fucking happy with this fucking game. It gets the fucking chef's kiss.
Okay.
Game's too fucking good. Soundtrack, amazing.
I wish I could get as hyped for trash games like you do.
Dude, don't disrespect Shin Megami Tensei, son. That's
take it out on the road.
Great RPG.
Take it out on the road against each other.
I think you both need to take this out on Yu-Gi-Oh! Match.
Fucking, I'm a huge Shin Megami Tensei fan.
Yo, the chat is saying Shin Megami Tensei. You mean Persona?
Oh no! Hey, we're not gonna go there, son. We're not gonna go there.
Well,
we're not gonna go there because you got the son. We're not gonna go there, son, because Persona is still part of the Shin Megami Tensei franchise, no matter what people say.
All right.
I'll put that shit to pastor right now. But anywho, fucking like I said, Shin Megami Tensei 5, they did it, man.
Well,
I love it. I love the gameplay. I love the fucking soundtrack. I'm loving the story so far.
Okay.
I really can't wait to play more, to be honest.
The chat said, but IGN said it should be more like Persona.
IGN can go suck my motherfucking Dio Brandon dick.
Well, to be fair,
that bitch that bitch did not play a Shin Megami Tensei.
Okay.
Fuck IGN.
Okay.
I think
you know what they
I think
say.
Shin Megami Tensei should have BBM and BBW women in the game.
Well, hey, you know what they say. You can't spell ignorant without IGN. So
no, you cannot. No, you cannot.
So,
but yeah. Honestly, that's my weekly pick.
Okay.
Fucking Shin Megami Tensei 5. Y'all should go play it. It's a good. If y'all love Shin Megami Tensei and RPGs in general, great fucking franchise.
I was expecting Ring Zero to say all gear.
All gear.
I was expecting him to say that.
Full gear. Okay. Well,
we talked about that in the pre-show.
Yeah. Well, it's all right.
We talked about that in the pre-show. It was a good pay-per-view.
Well, like I said, in my pick, since I thought that Odinson was going to pick it, I will pick Hulu's Dope Sick. For those who have not watched this show, it tells you the history of they reenact the history of fentanyl used, not just fentanyl, but opioids like Oxycontin and things of that nature, on how the medical industry pretty much forced its way into America's homes and pretty much made you an addict. And they made a ton of money off it. It's very well acted. Michael Keaton is in it. There's a number of actually big name actors in it, but I mean, of course, it's episode by episode. I believe it's up to episode 7. I believe. People are starting to die off. They're showing fiends in the streets. Rosario Dawson plays a detective, or should I say, a police officer who's trying to stop it as well. But she gets stopped at every time they try to go after the medical companies, the medicine companies. Purdue Pharma is the ones who are involved in this, and it's funny because one of the lines in the and I didn't say it's the best line in the whole series. The one guy he pulls in the 2 detectives who were working on the case, and he was like, "So, why are you after the chicken people?" And they're like, "What?" Like chicken people, and the guy said, "Colonel Sanders." And he's like, "No,
oh my
chicken
God,
people."
dude.
And he's like, "What do you mean?" He said, "Purdue." He said, "No, not Purdue Chicken, Purdue Pharma. It's spelled 2 different ways, and it's not even close to the chicken people." He's like, "Well, my sources tell me that you're after the chicken people." He said, "Well, your sources were wrong, and it goes to show you how much I'm trying to throw you off the scent." It was hilarious.
It definitely sounds like anything Dave Meltzer said.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying that
God.
it's one of those shows that you have to take serious. It's a very well acted show. It shows you step by step on how they tried to sell the drug to different doctors to get on board, how they were just rolling in this money while all the people who were taking it got addicted to it, and they were just upping the prescription. Oh, well, you had 20 milligrams. Well, if you won't feel anymore, do 40 milligrams. That's how they would sell it. They would just up
they do that with They do that as well with antidepressants as well. That's why I get concerned of upping anything nowadays, because I'm concerned to get addicted.
Well, it was, and these people got so addicted, like they threw their lives away. Some died. People started sucking dick for money. No, it's true. It's true. They show you people are offering their body for sex just to get some pills.
I wouldn't be too surprised because people do that for fucking that as well.
Yeah, I mean, they go through the meat and potatoes of this entire series, and like I said, it's a very well acted show. But like I said, they're only up to episode 7, but it's really well done. Like I said, and they tell you that they go through the truth of actually how they sold these drugs to everyone in America. And it's disgusting, but the people who play the bad guys do their job so well because of acting that you almost want to hate them, but you can't because it's just a show, But
I got a question. How would they sell the drugs to someone who likes chicken dolls?
Did we say chicken? Did we say chicken dolls?
Yeah, that one dude who said he had sex with a sexual sex doll, and he had a chicken doll, whatever it's called.
Oh, he divorced it.
Christ.
Yeah,
sex with a sex doll.
Well, no, they explain.
Then he
had sex with a chicken doll?
They explain.
Yes,
They explain how to use certain terms to get doctors to win doctors over on using their product of OxyContin. And then when people started complaining that they were getting addicted and doctors wanted to pull it off the shelves, they were threatened to be sued. So they had to stick with it. And the FDA is in cahoots with it because the FDA approved it and gave it a black label warning, but praised it. And then the people that were at the FDA left the FDA to join Purdue Pharma for a higher payout. So
this is why you got to be careful with Big Pharma. When you allow something so big, it's a bomb.
Yeah, and it's amazing to see how it plays out because they go through every little step. They go through their cruises and their special speakers, and they show you everything, all the ins and outs of how they got this to orchestrate this type of thing to be in almost every home for pain management. And it turned out that they were lying the entire time about how useful it was and how you have to keep taking more until you pretty much kill yourself. Even in the testimonials.
Yeah, because they thrive. They thrive off of the sick.
Yeah, even in the testimonials, they would have people do the testimonials, but they wasn't telling people what it was for. It was just called pain management. It wasn't for a specific drug like OxyContin. But then after they were done the editing of the testimonials, they added in that it was OxyContin and everything. So it goes to show you the little slick shit that they do. You know what I mean? To get you high.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I don't know.
So yeah. That's my pick because I really thought because me and Odinson had talked about I thought that's what he was going to pick. So I had a different pick for y'all if that didn't happen, but I'll hold on to that.
Because you're a fucking Chelsea fan. Well, come on, give me a break.
So because I'm a Chelsea fan, it's my fault that you didn't watch something. Like, what?
Well, yeah, it's my fault. Okay, fine, it's my fault. Okay, fine is always my fault. Okay, I've always been oppressed. Okay.
You didn't watch it. It's not my fault.
I'm a victim.
Yo, now you want special treatment now. Okay, boo.
I want Amita to fuck off. That's what I want. That's my plan.
Well, anyways, that's all the news we have for y'all this week. I hope that you enjoyed the show. And remember, it is all right no matter what happens. Because we still going to be here for each other. We still going to do this. We still here. I hope that y'all are safe. I hope that y'all take care of one another. I hope you take care of your families. Stay away from these freak-ass people trying to snatch up kids, please. And watch out for Florida. And watch out for puppies who murder. Watch out. Stay away from Florida altogether. How about that?
Right. If you see a dog walking down the street with a gun, go the other way.
Yeah, just go the other way. You see the puppy, just move. That's all you got to do.
These puppies ain't fucking around.
Nah, man, because like they're gonna be walking around in like street gangs, man.
Yeah. With that said,
also be careful with wandering women that if a guy comes near you and he goes underneath your skirt, he's probably going to ask for you to piss on him.
Yeah, don't want to do that either. So
you're gonna lose.
Just be careful out there, and we will be back next time. Until then, y'all be safe, and we out.
Later, people.
Take care, everybody. Thank you for stopping by.